All right, should we start with introductions or just dive into character creation?
Let's do a quick round of introductions. Hey everybody, I'm Griffin. I co-stream here with Theta, and I basically just play the games, and sometimes I handle the streaming. Hey, how's it going?
All right, in that case, I'll jump in next. I am Justin. I should be a new face here, but I hope to play more around and become involved.
Yeah. Rafferty.
Hello. Yes, I am Norman Rafferty. Today I'm playing Pariso, a Taichirosi lurk.
Not today, because that campaign concluded and we're doing something completely different now.
Oh, you guys didn't tell me that.
We
did. We literally we did.
We were starting a new campaign. You didn't say I had to get rid of my character.
Well,
well, I guess you could bring Pariso in here too.
Well, except that it's not Blades in the Dark, so.
Oh,
Pariso's cousin.
We had this is like the whole last conversation we had.
So sorry, guys. I've had a very busy week, and I'm currently looking at Blades in the Dark. Am I in the wrong window?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
We have a new link over here in the Discord. If you look.
Yeah, there was Who Owns the Night. I thought we were in that.
We are in a brand new one.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Which was then? I don't think I have the new one because you said
link right in the Discord. First message.
All right, my bad.
It happens.
It's all okay.
So I remember we talked about doing something new, but I didn't remember. Oh, right, we were talking about doing.
We're going to be weird monsters now.
Oh, right, we were talking about doing the weird monster game. My bad.
Yep.
Sorry, I remember we were talking about this now.
Mad and Theta.
All right, my bad. So I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to do this. Mad.
Oh, I guess I did. So one last person introduced.
Oh crap! I'm not lurking. What's the point?
So, I am Matthew. We are running Wicked Ones today that most of us are aware of, apparently. And yeah, I'm a GM at StartPlaying.games. And let's get into this. So for this one, the audience can see the maps and everything?
Well, one of them.
Out of you. So let's see.
Yeah, I see the map. This is a big map. I thought we were going to be in a dungeon.
Well, we have to leave the dungeon and go raid people.
Yes.
I thought we
so this
built
is
the
the
dungeon and
sandbox.
people came to us when we killed them.
Both.
There's that too.
Well, okay then.
So the opening map is the sandbox. This is the world that exists around the dungeon.
Neat.
So the first thing we do is we build out this sandbox, or we start with the dungeon. But before we do either, we need to decide where on this map the dungeon is.
Yeah. And I guess that kind of goes into the same talk of what kind of dungeon do we want. But, man, I love this place with this ominous tower right here. Man, that sure isn't evil or anything.
Well, all these places will be aligned with
ominous
either
tower
the faction or light.
Is an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it might be a bit too obvious.
Right. We also got like Sound Dome, we got different forests and stuff, and we got the mountains.
Like, you don't have to pick where one of the taglines are. It could be anywhere on the map.
Mm-hmm. So what spot looks visually interesting to people?
Yeah, I was going to beat Theta to the punch. It could even be a boat.
I'll be honest, even with my brain addled as it is, I was thinking somewhere in the middle of the water, just to be a smartass.
There is a lake.
Yes, that's your cunning plan. I know how we'll get adventurers, and here will be incredibly inaccessible. Hey, I got this. Why don't we have like 3 entrances to the dungeon, but 2 of them are fake?
We we don't actually want the adventurers to raid our dungeon, right? Don't actually need that to happen.
Adventurers are scary.
Oh, I thought we did this to lure them out of their money. I thought this was a dungeon keeper.
No,
thing.
Well, it is. We build up our dungeon, but we don't want them destroying it. It's more of a
we can also best to go over the premise of the game and how that
can also go
will
out
work.
there and raid them and take stuff from
them. Well, you said it was Dungeon Keeper. Dungeon Keeper, you want to lure them in.
Yeah.
You want to in this too, because they do drop stuff.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
but we can go out there and get it from them. We don't have to
Yeah,
have them in the
if you
middle
would
of our
like,
home.
I could give you the pitch for it. Wherein we are a bunch of monsters who get together to form an apartment that we call a dungeon and build up our apartment by stealing from other people.
So,
And sometimes those people don't like that.
So it's just Blades in the Dark, but we're monster.
Yes, but it looks like there's a bigger aspect of building our home base and then having that home base invaded and using those resources against adventurers.
I mean, right.
So we are more adversarial about it. We don't care about like hiding.
We have one vote for the middle of the lake and one vote for the tower.
I was joking about the middle of the lake.
I
would probably also vote for the tower.
I like middle of the lake, but I think my favorite is actually M.
Oh, over around M, what we got? This is like a bunch of desert, a cool little Sultan's Palace, and actually, yeah, I guess this is kind of more like plains then instead of desert. Is that right?
Yeah. That's how I see it because the trees behind it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes more sense. So, yeah, I guess we're just somewhere in this region, and I guess close to this town. Do you think you'd want to be like in the plains or like in the forest?
I think the plains, because the forest is the clear choice of the better option.
Okay.
That's my vote.
Arthur, do you have any visually stunning opinions?
No, these all look good to me.
All right, I say let's go ahead and go with yours then. We'll be in the middle of the plains next to M.
So like
we have a nice
right
little
there?
monster village. Yeah, like about there. Oh, that is a tiny mark.
Yeah, well, I'll adjust it later.
Yeah, there we go.
So, do we want to build out what the world looks like around you first, or pick a dungeon?
You know what? That's a good question. I feel like figuring out who we are and then building the world around it might be best. What do you guys think?
I like that idea.
Okay, so let's figure out what kind of weird monster thing we want to be. What kind of weird dungeon?
All right. So, the recommended way of the book is to build the sandbox, then the dungeon, then the characters. We're going to flip that around a little.
Okay.
Do we want to build the dungeon or the characters first?
Probably dungeons, so we know what theme we're oriented around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then we can
good.
even have, if people want to play against theme, we know what we're playing against.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so we have a dungeon. Now, the dungeon options are... We have the Enclave, which is like an arcane dungeon, working on magic and potions and other crazy mystical stuff. There's the Forge, which is like the industrial dungeon, which is building war machines and making weird contraptions in kind of like a dirty steampunk style. There's the Hideout, which would make this too much like Blades in the Dark. There's the Stronghold, where you have a fortress. Basically, you are designed for defense. And then there's the Temple, where you have dedicated the dungeon to one of the dark gods.
I'm just going to throw out there, since as a character I was thinking of going with a Zealot, that obviously I put my weight behind the Temple.
Right, so you have the most in on that. War for the Overworld sounds fun, of course.
What's the difference between a template and an enclave?
Enclave is Arcana, and Template is Religious.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
There's different types of magic in this game, and they're all sourced differently. Like there's witchcraft, and then there's sorcery, and then there's also a monster science, and then there's also channeling, which is rituals, which are religious in nature. They all have their different sources, and they all do different things. No two different types of magic do the same thing.
I'm assuming the Temple will make us better at channeling, whereas the Enclave would make us better at science.
The Temple is very much about connecting with the gods, the dark gods, and the Enclave is about building arcane items and warping the surrounding area.
Okay, well, I vote for Enclave.
Okay. What do you think over there, Needroy? Do you like dark cults? Do you
Um,
like evil magic that warps everything? Do you like industry, or do you want to just like have a cool castle?
I'm digging both options that we're going with.
Hmm.
But I think I want to go more towards temple, because my initial idea was a sort of crazy goblin who's trying to get people to believe the most absurd things.
Yeah, there we go. So let's do temple. We're gonna be a bunch of weird, dark god worshippers. We got the cult.
All right, temple book it is.
Yeah, I was thinking goblin with the least likely of henchmen.
Hmm. Oh, there
you
is
and me,
like
we're
a
gonna be the same person, I think.
Hey,
there's
we can have
a
different beliefs, and it won't create any power
Oh,
struggles.
There's
believe
a
you me,
character
I already
archetype
came
for
up
just
with
being the
beliefs.
boss.
They're cool.
All right, so flipping back to dungeons then. So we've selected the Enclave. So do you guys want to build characters, or do you want to build the dungeon first and then inhabit it?
Enclave, I thought we went in temple.
Oh, temple.
Temple,
We
yeah.
have the temple.
So yeah, I guess now that we know that we're being a dark cult, maybe we'll do characters and then once we have characters, we'll say, well, we want these buildings for these characters.
I
which
do
makes the most
appreciate it. We've gotten reverse on you now, Raph. Blades, you wanted a cult, and they said no. And Wicked Ones, you said not a cult, and we said yes.
If I knew better, I would just suggest the opposite of what I wanted.
I mean, you can still do plenty of dark magic.
I mean, you
Well,
can
it's
still
a bit-
be a magic person.
Yeah, what says you're not an
it's-
arcane person trying to change the cult?
It's not that difficult to poach powers from other places, so it's not that big.
Yup. Alright. Characters.
Yeah. So, everyone start with choosing a calling. The callings are basically like your character class or like the playbook from
Mhm.
Blades. We have the Brute, which is powerful and intimidating brawlers. We have the Conniver, which is manipulative and controlling masterminds. We have the Crafter, which is clever and curious tinkers. We have the Hunter, which is ruthless and tenacious trackers. The Marauder, which are cunning and fearless warriors. The Shadow, which are the sneaky and elusive rogues. The Shamans, which are terrifying and vengeful witches. The Warlocks, which are daring and ambitious mages. And the Zealots, which are fervent and mystical believers.
As I already said, going Zealot.
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 Zealot. Yeah, I think Raktus is the Zealot. So what's everybody else want?
Snake.
I was thinking either shaman or conniver.
Alright. I think those are both good choices.
I think I'll go with shaman.
If you go with Shaman, I'm going to cross Warlock off of my list, which will leave me with the choices that I think I want this time, which would be Crafter or Marauder.
I think both could have a really like both are cool.
I have kind of like multiple personalities and characters in my head for this one, so either one I think will be good for me. What kind of thing appeals to you today, Raph?
Oh, well, I wanted to make terrible stuff and then use terrible stuff on people. So, I mean, Crafter, Marauder, or Warlock all sound pretty good. What's the big deal about the Warlock?
The Warlock uses arcane magic. They start with a mastery over one of the sorcerer paths, either enchantment, invocation, force mastery, illusion, necromancy, or pyromancy.
Okay, why don't I just do the Warlock? That'll simplify everything. Because
Okay.
you can still make stuff even if you... Do you have to... Is this like Blades in the Dark, where in order to make stuff, you have to take a specific perk that unlocks your ability to make stuff?
Anyone can try and make stuff. Some people are just not very good at it.
Okay.
I mean, that
For
wasn't
an
true in Blades in the Dark either. That was just you got certain benefits for taking traits.
Oh,
to do
really?
things. Yeah.
I thought you couldn't make like tier 2 or tier 3 stuff unless you were.
Well, no, that was
special.
because we had a gang tier plus. We had to get the workshop to improve our tier. We had to get stuff. We didn't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was only
As-
good at it because I had traits to boost my ability, not to give me the ability.
Yeah. As a
Mhm.
preview from what I've seen so far of the rules, you have a lot of creativity here to create items of different properties and mash those properties together and create more dangerous, more powerful things that can affect a whole lot of things.
Well, Griffin, do you want to play a hitter?
I'm going to play a hitter. I mean,
Alright,
we got
then-
Shaman, Warlock, Zealot. I'm going to be the guy who brings in every single minion you guys need because you're all squishies.
Now, do we, because of the issue with the upgrade, we don't have character sheets for this?
We have character sheets. They're in
They are
a very
there, they're just
messy
not
state.
great.
They're rather crappy. I'm just keeping everything of mine on a notepad for now.
Same.
Oh,
I think-
okay.
And when they update, I'll
I'm doing
transfer
both.
later.
Okay, because yeah, I'm on the. Oh, you have to make a character sheet for us.
Well, no, there is character sheets here, but if it should have popped up for you, and as you look at it, it is a mess.
Yeah.
They
Roll20
weren't
is doing
made
some
very well.
upgrades.
All right, well, it's better than nothing. So
Like I said, for me, nothing is better. I'll keep a notepad. Thank you.
So yeah, right now it's in bad shape. So yeah,
So we got a lot of weird people and then me.
so you were doing
monsters.
Marauder?
Yeah, Marauder.
All right. So yeah, the next choice you make, which doesn't have any mechanical benefit, much like Blades has 3 of those choices, is what race you are. The 6 core races are bugbears, demons, goblins, kobolds, orcs, and slisks.
okay, I'm a demon.
I'm also a demon.
I'm assuming slisks are snake people.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, change my
Dang.
mind. I'm a slisk.
I'm a friggin' demon.
I was gonna hope I could convince you to just be the big rat who makes all the
Oh
rules.
no, wait, I'm sorry. I have to pick demon. Sorry, because I have to be humanoid. So demon it is.
All right.
Goblin.
And I'm gonna be a kobold.
All right. So
This
2
is the
demons and a
return of
kobold.
Kix.
We have 2 demons. Actually, no. We have a Slisk, a demon, a kobold, and a goblin.
No, he
No, I
changed to
changed my
demon.
mind. I'm playing the demon.
2 demons, a
So-
goblin, and a
Oh,
kobold.
okay. Got it.
Sorry, I have to pick the one that looks the most like the Dark Mistress. I'm not
There
playing
we
a Dungeon
go.
Keeper game and not being a Dark Mistress.
All right. So now you're up to this point. Now you each pick one of your abilities on top of your core ability. So if your
Okay.
core ability has options, you choose that first, and then go from there. So should we go through one by one, or how do people want to
I've
handle this part?
got channeling as my core, and I've taken acolytes as my chosen.
All right.
As a Marauder, I believe I only have one ability here. Battlemaster. I can spend stress to perform incredible feats of athletics, like throwing axes great distances, or facing off against a group of foes on equal footing.
Yeah, that's your core ability, and then
you
you
have to
pick
choose
one
one.
additional ability.
So if I'm looking at this correctly, my core would be witchcraft.
Yep.
And then I'll pick an
Shaman?
additional.
Yep.
Okay.
Does witchcraft have you also choose one of the spell types, or
It does.
It does.
It does.
right? And then you get to pick one from the list below. And unlike Blades in the Dark, apparently you can only get what Blades in the Dark called one veteran advance, which is called a flexible slot. So otherwise,
Yeah.
all of your choices are going to be coming from your own calling list.
Yep.
If I'm gonna go, if I'm gonna go crazy shaman, I'm gonna go full, which means blood
Okay.
reading.
Blood reading. Done.
Oh, and since I didn't say, the one that I chose was acolytes, which is my minions are fanatic devotees of my god. They have the mindset zealous and companion upgrades, and will take a downtime action to incant a ritual each downtime without asking for gold.
Mhm.
Oh, bummer. This doesn't let you poach from other lists.
Only
Let
one.
you pick one. Once.
Okay, well, that's still reasonable.
I think the first one though has to be from your main list, doesn't it?
No, well, if I mean, There's a different symbol on the first one. Does that mean I have to take sorcery?
Yes, you get sorcery for free, then one other one.
Oh, cool. Neat.
I think I'm going to go ahead and choose cohort. My minion allies are always elite.
All right.
See, what I like, Griffin, is the fact that I was concerned that I might not grab Zealot, that somebody else would grab it first. That's why my backup was Marauder, and you're doing literally the thing that I wrote for my backup.
I just love copying all of your ideas, I guess.
I'm gonna
First
go
time
with
calling all
Wild
this.
Brews.
What's that?
I'm going to go with Wild Brews as my second.
All right.
And
So
I'm
you
Raph,
good at
real
brewing
good at
potions?
making potions.
I'm looking at these. There's a lot of them.
Yep.
Yeah, so I also have a downtime action, which I can use to brew potions.
Oh, wow. There's a vile form option.
isn't that from... Wait, are you Warlock? You're Warlock, sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I thought you picked something else.
You gain any strengths and weaknesses that the form possesses. Oh, man, so many of these good things.
All right, so we have our core ability and our chosen ability, and we
No.
have the...
Raph is still picking.
Okay.
Don't leave anybody
Oh,
behind,
well,
Griff.
I said I wanted to make stuff, so I'm going to pick Artificer.
All right.
Oh, so you're taking something... You're losing your first flexible already.
No, that's part of the Warlock.
Is it? I thought that was from Crafter.
No, it's
No,
right here.
Artificer
Ah,
and
that
pretty
is a
magic
weird
element.
name for the... Okay.
Whoops.
It's right here on the character sheet.
I'm not looking at the
You're right,
character
Raph.
sheet. I'm looking at the book, but I'm not looking at the book right now. You
Is
know,
the
man, my
character sheet
brain is
on?
melted today. You say Artificer, I think, oh, that's got to be in the Crafter, right?
Nah. Why keep the same names between systems?
Also, what are our starting attributes?
Yeah, not there yet.
That's the next step.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, with abilities chosen, we now look at our starting attributes. It's actions, much like Blades in the Dark, except the variety of actions does not change your resist rolls. You're actually using actions to resist consequences. Those who've played Blades in the Dark. So, you start with one of these at 3 dots, 2 of them at 2 dots, and 2 of them at 1 dot.
I've gone Invoke 3, Threaten 2, Smash 2, Finesse 1, Scan 1.
Okay, that went by very fast. So I got 1 at 3, 2
2
at
at
2,
2, and 2 at 1.
and 2 at 1. Gotcha. All right.
So let's see.
So,
Feel like-
scan. Go ahead.
Oh, you said you had 2 smash, right, Theta?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 3 smash.
Figured you would be. You're the Marauder.
Mhm.
Yeah, again, mine are 3, Invoke 3, Threaten 2, Smash 2, Finesse 1, Scan 1.
Yeah, I will also threaten. I'm gonna be a better tricker. I'm gonna scan things. 1 more 1 dot.
I have gone with Invoke 3, Threaten 2, Trick 2, Banter 1, Skulk 1.
All right, we are a very dangerous group of people.
For monsters.
Monsters, I suppose.
Well, you are monsters. You should
Exactly.
be dangerous.
Well, you have to use smash to kill people, but can you use finesse to kill people?
Yeah, if you can think of a way of finesse.
Oh, I can think of several ways to kill people with finesse.
There you go.
Finesse is just doing it precisely.
Yes. Well, there's a difference between the slovenly butchering of a man and the fine cut that severs the head while leaving the body standing in place.
Sounds pretty precise.
All right, so I'm going to go with Tinker 3, Finesse 2, Skulk 1, Banter 1, and Invoke 2.
Sounds great. So I think that was everyone, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So with that in mind, The thing that make you wicked ones, not just ordinary monsters, is you can resist your dark impulse. The reason, at least in this setting, why monster races don't take over is because they have poor impulse control.
Always
You as
out
wicked
shopping.
ones, you as wicked ones have the ability to resist your dark impulse, but everyone still has one, and they're chosen from the list of big mouth, cruel, deranged, fickle, obsessed, paranoid, reckless, and vengeful. So our next step is to choose which one of those dark impulses your character has, and is always nagging at the back of their mind.
I am obsessed. I will always be obsessed. It's the easiest thing I can always think of.
My dark impulse is that I'm fickle.
I'm gonna be vengeful.
In that case, I will have a big mouth.
Wonderful.
All right, these won't get you in trouble at all.
Definitely not.
All right, and then there's the revelry, how you blow off steam, how you handle stress. There are cravings, drinking, gambling, occult, violence, and worship.
I've gone with worship, but I'm flipping it. My revelry is being worshipped.
That is worship.
Yes. But as a zealot, you would assume that my revelry is worshipping my god. No, my revelry is being worshipped myself.
Just relax to everyone telling you how great you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
good.
wonderful. I think I'm just gonna get drunk.
I wrote down craving.
Yeah.
It's a fine word.
A fine word that could mean great many things when it comes to the Dark Temptress.
Let's go with gambling.
All right. All right, and we're nearing the end. Now, each, I don't know if they're on the sheets. It seems to be just in the book. Each calling has a list of items. You start with a total of 4 of these items. 2 that are on hand.
Well, the book said 4 that are always on you and
Oh,
2 that are in your supply.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I read this wrong. Yeah, choose 6 of these items, 4 that are in your gear and 2 that are in your supply.
And I believe one of them can be like special, magical, or something like that, or otherwise you can take 1 gold in its place.
Yeah, you can take one that's called a defense item, which allows you to use it in a defensive thing, but it has to be a specific kind of defense. Like a shield will block physical harm. A magic amulet might block magic or might make you super fast for a moment.
I took
Mm-hmm.
I took the gold.
Alright.
Also, I have the 4 that are always on me are vestments, unholy symbol, ceremonial dagger, and anointing oil. And the 2 that are always in my supply are quill and parchment and scripture.
Right.
Is it possible to see a list of these items?
Yeah, are the items
Yeah.
in the sheets? I don't think they're in the play sheets.
They're in the core book, unfortunately.
Oh.
Hold on, I've got the book.
Go ahead and read
I
them.
know Griff has the book in front of him, but the shaman items for our shaman are spirit mask, bone mace, thorn amulet, augury bones, a jar of fireflies, a voodoo mask, a spiked club, a bag of snakes, a smoking pipe, a gnarled staff, a tooth necklace, and a feathered headdress.
Alright, Raph.
Oh, all right. So I've gone with a spirit mask, augury bones, a voodoo mask, smoking pipe, and a gnarled staff. Now, you said that we could take defense items.
You can declare one of those as a defense item and how it defends you.
Can I have a defense item that is something that I blow into that makes a really loud sound to distract someone when they're trying to hit me?
Okay, so
Effectively like a war kazoo?
you can take that as one of your items, yeah. But just make sure you put beside it how it defends you.
Got it.
So it defends you by startling people.
Yes.
Okay. I might honestly take the idea of just like, hey, the shield should be the defense item. And I gotta think of a cool magical way it defends me.
Just to
Maybe.
let you know, Griff.
Yeah?
So you're not giving an idea that you might have later on. If you take that gold, you can use that gold in your minions later.
Minions. Okay, I'm taking gold.
That's why I took the gold, because my minions are already great and I want to make them better.
Thank you for telling me, Theta.
Wait, were those? I'm.
I didn't do yours yet. I was waiting to see if Oni was going to say it out loud or not.
Alright, so you have the Warlock, correct?
Yeah, you have the decorated staff. You have a scythe. I mean, your options are crystal ball, ceremonial dagger, tattered robes, twisted wand, skin-bound spellbook,
Yeah.
flowing cape, human skulls, component pouch, summoning utensils, or a bag of minor gems. 4 that are always on you, 2 that are in your supply.
Wait, so
You have to choose.
what's the difference between gems and money?
The gems have no value, I guess.
It's more narrative. Gold, ugh. Unlike Blades of the Dark, where your items resupply, it's not the same in this. So you can trade away items, and it's actually traded away.
So I can have 4 gems.
What's this bag of minor gems? I don't know how many are in there.
Which is an item.
Bag of minor gems.
But again, you have to choose 4 of these that are always on you, and 2 of them that are in your supply. You don't have everything from the list.
Wow, the only clothing option is the tattered robe.
There's also the flowing cape.
Might have to go with the flowing cape.
Or both.
Okay, well, let's see. The flowing cape. I gotta go with the ceremonial dagger. How am I gonna do ceremonies if I don't have a ceremonial dagger?
That makes 2 of us.
I mean, that's just math.
Well, I mean, you also have the decorated staff. It depends on how you want to do it.
Well, I definitely want to have the decorated staff. I wanted to have some kind of weapon, but I guess I can't.
There's also
And
scythe.
staff is also a weapon.
Well, there's also
Wait.
scythe.
Did you say scythe?
Yeah, it's the second thing I said.
You mean scythe is in a stick with a blade on it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I have to go with that.
SCYTHE.
All right, big scythe. Let's see, big scythe. And okay, so do these things have specific meaning, or these are just cosmetics?
Most are cosmetic. Like a lot of the magic in this and other things are freeform. And sometimes the thing could be you can cast a spell, but you have to sacrifice an item that makes sense.
And it sacrifices the whole item.
It depends on the consequence. Like some more powerful, like there's different tiers of magic, and some have cost.
I mean, it's also be the thing that you say, hey, does anybody have... I need to write something down. I'll be like, I've got quill and parchment. It's like, okay. These are the things you figure out what you can do with, because you have a limited amount of items.
Well, since the bag of minor gems is the closest thing to any jewelry or anything pretty in all of this, I guess I'll go with that. So I'll go with the flowing cape, the ceremonial dagger, the big scythe, and the bag of minor gems.
Right, so those are the 4 you have on you at all times, and what are the 2 items you have in supply?
The summoning
Utensils?
gear. Yeah, summoning utensils. And crap. Trying to remember what everything else was.
Component pouch, human skulls,
human
skin-bound spellbook.
Human skulls. I have
Okay.
plenty of human skulls. I have those in storage. You don't take those everywhere.
Right, and then are you going to have one of those be your defense item, or are you going to take 1 gold?
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
you
go
get the defense item either way. The 1 gold is if you want to turn one of those into a minor magic item, a tier 1 contraption, or a potion with 3 doses.
Wait. So if I can choose to take the gold to make them better, I'm lost here.
Okay, so you have your 6 items, right?
Yes.
You choose one of them as a defensive piece of gear. This is how your character naturally defends themselves. After that, you can make one of the items valuable, or give it an edge, which is one of the advancements to it. Contraption, magic item, 3 doses of potion, or take 1 gold.
Oh, okay. No, screw the gold. I'm gonna make the big scythe have an edge.
Alright,
did it say
we'll
that
dive
you,
into that.
Where did it say that
I'm
you
looking
get
on page
both?
89,
89.
under step 7.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, you get things. Always on you decide your gear defense. What?
Oh, and decide your gear
These five-
defense. Sorry, okay, I was reading
Yeah.
the last sentence, that's all. The second
Yeah, the last sentence is you can make one of them
No,
a
we're on the
valuable
same page.
item.
You don't have to worry about it.
Okay, good.
I'm an
And in
idiot
that
today.
case,
Don't worry about
I'm
me.
taking 1 gold.
Okay.
What's that?
I'm
In that
gonna
case, I'm taking the 1 gold.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I guess I'll make my vestments my defense against the dark arts.
Right. And the last would be a vile friend, but it might be better to build the world before we worry about who our vile friend is.
Right, we'll get a sense of who's where, and then we'll pick people.
Well, we should get a
Mhm.
hunchback or a flea man.
Or a scissor man.
Name him Edward.
So,
The problem with the scissor man is you never know where he is.
Well, you look for all the topiary.
Alright. So, I guess now we're going back up to the top. Hey, what about this world we're in?
do we want to do the world, or do we want to establish the dungeon now that we have the people who live in it?
What do you guys think?
I like world.
All right. So, there are forces of light, forces of darkness, and neutral factions. The thing that separates these are languages. All the forces of darkness have a common tongue. All the forces of light have a common tongue. Neutral could speak one, both, or their own in varieties.
Neat.
Now, the forces of light are the stereotypical elves, dwarves, humans, the good people of the world. And the forces of darkness are giants, ogres, other monsters, and so on. So looking at our map, you'll see that we put a whole bunch of letters down because I'm hoping to redo this map when we have the factions in it. All factions will also have a tier number. Much like Blade and Dark, the higher the tier, the more powerful they are. And the way it's going to work out is there's going to be 3 factions at level 4. 2 of those are factions of light, 1 is a neutral faction. But going around the table, maybe I'll just write down all the factions we're going to need. 4, we need 2 light, 1 neutral. For 3, we need 2 light, 1 neutral, 1 dark. And then that repeats for tier 2 and tier 1. So it highly encourages that we go around the table and put 1 in each, including myself. So who wants to start? So basically, you'll pick a letter, you'll name what the faction is, come up with a couple facts, and their tier.
Stuff that's on the map, right?
Yes, you guys are on the map, right? Yep.
Well, I guess I'll vote to go first if no one's stepping up.
Well, I'm looking at the map, dude.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you have an idea, go ahead. It can be any faction or tier that's still open, which is
Okay,
most of them, except for...
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
one.
What you got?
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, so
letter?
So letter L
Yep.
is actually a mound. It's actually it's a giant mound, but it's actually the site of cult of frog people who worship a giant dragon egg. They've been guarding for hundreds of years, waiting for it to hatch. So they are the frog people of the mound.
All right, give me another unrelated dragon egg fact about them.
The dragon egg is actually stolen from another dragon who's been looking for it. Sorry.
Give me a fact not about the dragon egg.
Fact about this
Give
dragon
me a
egg?
fact that isn't about the dragon egg.
A fact that isn't about the dragon egg. Otherwise, the frog people are very popular because they cultivate chili peppers that are considered to be a wonderful side dish or spice to any ingredient meal.
All right. And you said they're a neutral faction. What tier?
4.
All right.
Most
so they're quite
powerful
powerful.
chili pepper faction.
All right. So that's
Chili
enough to.
frogs. Well, they should
Gosh.
also. I think they should also, since they're tier 4, they should be like colored. And if you like lick them, it causes insanity.
We're gonna go on a mission and we're gonna get pepper sprayed by them. All right, that's what
Oh
we've set up here.
God.
Welcome.
You made it
All right.
so that people can have pepper spray. I'm impressed.
So that's one person down. Who's next?
Yo,
Yo, what do you got?
R.
All right. Who are they?
That is the Spire of Death. It is
Yo.
a undead faction. What do I need here? What's a fact?
Well, the fact they're undead is one fact.
All right. What if it's actually
They're dark, I assume?
neutral? They are ambivalent to the world.
Dark and light is based off what good humans would think of them.
All right. Well, if it's then they're dark.
Yeah, it's the Spire of Death, dude.
Well, because
they've been
the
shoved
fact
into
that
a
I was going to
corner.
go with is that the leader of the Spire of Death isn't actually evil. It's a misunderstood human child that got risen from the grave and has no control over its minions.
How is he the leader if he has no control?
Because he's
I
the
think-
ability to raise them.
That doesn't make you the leader. That makes you the vector.
What's the difference to him? He's a kid.
Yeah, what do you know? You're a monster.
Right, and what tier is this faction?
Let's go 4.
All right, their 4 is already taken.
Okay, let's go 3.
All right. Who's next?
We need some good guys.
Yeah, I've got a good one. Unless you want to go.
You go ahead. Go first.
All right. So I want to use H.
All right. And who are they?
So this will be a tier 4 good faction. They're primarily elves, and they built a monastery around a massive statue, but they don't know who the statue is. They're trying to find the person that looks like the statue.
And you said they're 4?
Yep.
All right, so they are very well equipped elves.
They are well-equipped elves that are effectively going, have you seen this person?
So we got a bunch of really excited art archaeologists.
As far
I
as
guess if you're gonna live forever as an elf, it's what you do.
as far as they believe they have to find this person. They don't think the person's been born yet. They have to find him.
All right, give me another fact not related to the statue. But
Do they also have 3 kings, by the way?
Another fact. I'm tempted to make it food related, but I'm not going to. They use cats as spies.
All right, do we have a third fact?
Absolutely, we do. The way that they earn their adult names as elves is by punching a wall, and it's the first sound that they make in response to the pain.
All right. So that gives us one of our tier 4 for light.
All right. And how many tier 4s do we even have left now?
We have a single light tier 4 to do, but there's still
Alright.
lots of the other tiers.
In that case, we like to fill up the top first. So I say I'm going to fill up the top.
Okay, so you got an idea for the light tier 4?
I think I do. So we got Jay here with this ominous pillar up to the sky.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this the Flying World Police. I need a better name than that, but let's go ahead and call them the Knights of Justice.
All right.
And what do I need to give for them?
I need 3 distinct facts.
All right. They train on flying mounts and have various abilities to fly.
Train on flying mounts.
They generally form treaties to have duties to act as the police for different areas, or solve crimes, or end justice, which also means they also do a lot of adventuring.
Fast forward to us never getting away with anything ever.
And last one?
They are incredibly high and mighty, so everyone greatly dislikes their personalities, because they literally lord over everyone from on high.
All right. So that's the last tier 4. Tier 4 is done. So, going back around.
Oh, is it to me?
Yep.
Okay, I'd like to pick C.
All right.
C is the village of ascetic monks.
Ooh.
Of acidic monks?
Aesthetic.
Oh.
Ascetic. Ascetic. That means they eschew all. Three things about them is they eschew all worldliness. They have vows of celibacy and poverty. They are incredible buzzkills. However, their discipline and ascetic commitment to higher virtue and detachment makes them virtually indestructible paladins of justice.
I like that.
However, since they believe in free will and that others should be able to make their own choice and non-interference, they very rarely show up unless it violates their principles. And
Right, now are these light or neutral?
No, we're making them light.
Right.
They show up to enforce the light, but well, people don't like them to show up because when they show up, they're buzzkills and they come by and say, "Well, of course the evil is here. You guys have to stop drinking and partying and doing all this kind of stuff." Like, but we like that. It's like, well, it's the cause of everything wrong. Look, you're wrong, and everyone here is wrong.
So, all right. So 1 to 3 tier.
Let's see. They have a secret library that apparently, when the Library of Hyperborea was burned down, they managed to save almost all of the manuscripts, but they refused to show them to anybody.
All right. So we have plenty of facts. Tier.
Do we need more? Oh, tier?
No.
Do we have tier 3 left?
Yep.
Yeah, tier 3.
All right.
They're not as powerful as the Knights of Justice. Because the only reason why they're not rated as high as Knights of Justice is because they don't help anybody.
They don't get involved nearly as often as they should.
When they show up, it's like, oh no, the ascetics are here.
Data,
I mean, they're only tier 3. They can be killed. They're just, but like when they show up, they're like, instead of like the Knights of Justice and their full plate mail riding their winged horses, it's just like some naked guy. Oh my god, they sent the naked guy.
So they're the little brothers of the Knights of Justice trying to be cool.
Well, they aren't trying to be cool. They're not poser.
They don't go around enforcing the will on everyone all the time.
That's why they live in the middle of nowhere. They live in the middle of the desert, living a virtuous life. See, if you lived a virtuous life too, you'd be happy. But
Being
no one
defeated
does.
by them doesn't mean death. It means they take all your stuff and tell you to like it.
They take all this stuff. What is this stuff? Booze, pornography? What? What are you doing?
Burn it. Get rid of the gold.
Your worldly desires would hold you back from true mystic enlightenment.
All right. Who's next for their second one?
I think it's me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with B.
All right.
Call it Stronghold. Have it be neutral for giants. It's the mountain. I'm thinking like a Mines of Moria esque, except that size appropriate because they're fucking giants.
All right, so huge cave, huge undergrounds.
They hate anything that can fly. They have been known to toss boulders at passing knights of justice.
Fair. So that's 3 facts. We're good.
I'll give you one more. Just give me one more. They
Sure.
have a strong trade relationship with the elves of the monastery.
All right.
I guess they are neutral because they throw rocks at the cops.
Well, they're neutral because they deal with both sides.
Yeah.
Also, they're self-appointed cops.
And their tier?
3? Is 3 open?
Yep. There's a neutral 3 still.
Yeah. Let's just build this world full of people that we'll never be able to rob from.
It says we're robbing them. We're clearly going to magic them to death.
Oh yeah, no. We're not messing with the giants. That's scary.
So we have still 1 level 3 tier for light, and the rest are 2 and 1 now. So who's next?
That's you again.
Justin.
Neroy?
All right. Well, so for that one, I'm torn between 2 locations, but I'm gonna go with E.
All right, and who is at E?
Highwaymen.
Go and
Okay, it has to be a faction. So
It's a faction of highwaymen.
the Merry Men.
So what they do is they ask people for donations to pass through safely. But they're a tier 1 good faction. Or tier 1 light.
So they collect tolls.
They collect
They're
tolls. They're
Highwaymen.
highwaymen.
What other faction whatever fact about them can you give me?
They collect tolls for charity. They don't keep any of the money.
All right. That was a tier 1, you said, right?
Tier 1 light.
All right. So who hasn't given me their second one?
That's me up next. I believe
Let's hear
I believe I and K aren't taken yet, correct?
Neither one is. Which one are we aiming for?
Okay. Let's go ahead and aim for I.
All right. Who's there?
We're gonna call this the Cult of the Brass God.
Are they neutral, light, dark?
Let's make them neutral. And now we have facts. They are highly industrious. They are focused on industry and making things. 2, they worship a great deity that they claim will turn all to metal gears within their afterlife or something. They all want to be machines. I think that's a better way to put that.
Sounds good.
And then we need a third fact, right? What's a good third fact here for a bunch of machine worshipping industrialists?
Clockwork assistants?
Yo, hey, that's actually great. They're already halfway there.
Hey, and what tier is this faction? We have
I'm
2
thinking
and 1
1 or
left.
2.
And whatever you're going with.
Oh, let's say 2.
All right.
They're actually somewhat good at what they do.
All right. So now we're back. Who's got a third idea?
You're up, Raph.
Okay. Let's. A is not taken yet, right?
Correct.
Okay. A is that forest that's up there in the northwest.
Yeah, the swampy area.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Yes. Okay. So that forest is home to a race of harmless squirrel people who have lived in the trees living a peaceful and unmolested life for centuries. And they are light.
All right.
Tier 1.
So they're peaceful. Tier 1. Got any more facts other than
Yeah.
peaceful?
The trees that have existed there for hundreds of years, the older the tree is, its wood absorbs natural magical fibers from the healing energy of the world. So the older and rarer the tree is, the more powerful and the more worthy it is for chopping down and making wonderful wooden structures and weapons of war.
Excellent. Ancient trees. Trees absorb magic. One more about the faction. We got peaceful. We got their trees. What else?
One more fact. They worship the very spirits of the earth, and they claim that they enjoy the favor of the mother goddess, and if anything bad were ever to happen to them, it would be avenged 1,000-fold by the very forces of the world.
Nice. So we have Squirrel Druids.
Yeah, Squirrel Druid. Well, nature people. Druids still do.
Well, the light,
I know.
whimsical side.
In gaming land, Druid equals nature.
Yeah. Not the actual historical Druids, which were much, much darker.
Very
Yeah.
much so.
That's me, right?
Yep, you can take one.
Q. That'll be the Seekers of Truth. That'll be a tier 1 dark. They like to go out into the world and steal knowledge and hoard it for themselves. They're a group of human wizards. Rumor is, though, that their leader is a shape changer.
All right. Got another fact about these people?
They are very adept at illusion magic.
They're the seekers of truth, but they're really good at lying.
Yep.
All right, and that was a dark 1. All right.
What do we have left for dark?
We have a dark tier 2 faction left.
In that case, I think I'm going to use that one at D.
At D. All right. Who is there?
It is a cult is the wrong word for it. More of like a coven, or not a coven, or a it's a large group of children who live there and
Like
have
orc
chosen
children?
to nope, humans.
Okay,
It
just
is-
so you know, for the most part, humans are either neutral or light.
Okay, in that case,
Okay.
no, if that is the case, let's go orc.
All right.
Yep. So it is orc children who are doing their best to emulate the giants that they see at B, but they're doing it by force.
All right. What was this faction called?
Let's go with the children of Haldar.
All right. Another fact about them.
Their ultimate goal is to eliminate and take over the territory owned by the giants.
All right. Do we have another fact about them? Unrelated to the giants?
Unrelated to the giants?
Do
Absolutely.
they have some kind of secret or advantage or something?
Yes. They are very, very physically strong because they don't have digging materials, so they have to climb to find caves. Because they can't afford them.
Right. So that leaves one more person to go this round.
Yup. And I see a big old tree there, a G.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and call that the Living Forest.
Alright.
First one, the forest is sentient. It is all one singular being, all plants, all leaves, all everything on the ground. Is all interconnected via its root system. Second thing, people get lost in the forest and stay forever. When they drink from the sap of the trees or eat the food there, they are trapped forever and end up tending the forest.
Alright.
And I guess third fact, it sits on vast reserves of magical artifacts and things of interest because everyone brought stuff here and now can no longer use it or leave.
Alright.
And I guess we don't have a dark faction left, so I believe it is going to be neutral.
So it is a tier 1 neutral. That is all that's left.
All right, yeah. I figure we're running low on slots now. How many slots do we have left now?
We have a total of 3.
Oh
There
boy.
is one. They're all light factions. 1 tier 3, 2 tier 2s. Now, if people want, I could fill those in between, since it's an odd number.
Yeah, I think we got enough to get started.
Yeah, actually, you haven't actually had a chance to make one. Do you want to make one up?
Oh, I probably will. What is left in this world that has been filled? Other side of the map.
I think some of the two cities there haven't, have they? And an
Yeah.
M.
No one's touched the cities.
I mean, my next idea was going to be city related, so.
There's
you have
also
a
the
light
two
city?
forests adjacent to them as well, and the plains themselves.
Yeah, like there will be extra slots for more things to develop. Do you have an idea for a light faction?
Yeah.
Theta?
Yeah, I was going to go N.
Mhm.
Tal Ashir. I don't know what tiers are left, but light.
3, 2, 2.
Make it 3. It's
boy.
a major land trade trade region.
Trade hub?
Yeah, it has an architecture that seems reminiscent of both Agrabah from that, but a mix of also Moscow, a mix of those two architecture types. The people seem a mix of Middle Eastern and Russian. Otherwise, rumor is that their leader is an all-powerful wizard. I know I've done wizards twice now, but I have that in my mind.
No, there seems to be a lot of magic in this land. Almost all your crew can use magic pretty easily.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I guess this world's very magic.
Also, they're well known for their tarot readers. Apparently, divination is big in Talashir.
All right. Okay, I'll leave the other two to be a surprise. They'll come up at some point.
All right, sounds great. So we now got a nice big world.
Yeah. So that is the
Absolutely.
sandbox. I have to redo measurement because I thought the world was supposed to be much bigger. That's why it's all scratched out at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
by horseback, or as it was, reaching from your dungeon to the farthest edge shouldn't take more than 3 days uninterrupted.
Okay, so that would probably make it around 60 miles?
Ish.
Or on horseback, maybe like double that, like 120? So the whole thing probably has a width of like 150.
Yeah.
Which, isn't too far off from just the feet. Heck, just change feet to miles and it's probably close enough.
Yeah, it's easy enough.
That would be my base assumption.
Done.
Hey, cool, there we go. Doop, doop. So yeah, about 200.
Mm. So now back to dungeon creation.
Yeah, so now we got this world full of light.
Mhm.
How are we going to destroy it?
So
We don't want to destroy it. We want to.
Oh, yeah, we want to profit off of it. You're right.
They will learn to believe the truth. That's their problem. They just don't believe the truth.
Mm-hmm.
with all this in mind, we now know our world. We know who inhabits this dungeon that you control. We now are going to come up with some details for the dungeon. You guys pick the temple, so I have to make sure there's no specific to figure out.
Mm-hmm. We got our core feature.
Mm-hmm. So to begin with, what does the entrance look like?
Specifically from the outside.
I thought we were going to go with like there's 3 entrances, but 2 of them are fake.
What does the main entrance look like?
Are you trying to make the Tomb of Horrors?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Is it a giant? Well, maybe we have a future Tomb of Horrors. Maybe it's a giant skull.
Yeah, there should be like an opening chamber where there's an arch. Like when you walk inside, there's a big head, like stone head with a mouth that is just black as your soul. But you ignore that because that's irrelevant. And next to that is an archway that has lights on it that blink colors in a random sequence. But you ignore that because that's irrelevant. The actual entrance is over there.
Oh, but you forgot about all the pit traps and the riddle hidden drawn on the floor.
Pit traps, like so many pit traps.
Theta, quick question about your dark god. What does he look like?
I'll drop a picture of him in the chat.
Is that the dark? Is that the dark god we're using for this campaign? For this temple?
I think so. Yeah.
I thought we were worshiping Theta over there.
Oh yeah, I guess we kind of are. Theta.
Well, my thing is that my dad is a god. So I worship my dad, he gives me powers, and then in turn I want people to worship me.
Yeah, we should just worship your dad.
So if we go with the skull motif entrance, we have like this wicked horned sculpture outside.
That is Azatroth, Lord of Unendings.
Yo, that's awesome.
Do you want to know what might be a cool entrance for the actual way to get in? If the skulls are the decoration, we could have it be like a massive stone hand that you have to lift up the fingers to get through.
Finger doorway.
Specifically the middle one.
So yeah. Oh gosh, now this gives me the weird impression, like, you know, like the exterior of the dungeon is a statue trying to claw its way out of the ground or something. Oh, that's very thematic. I love it.
All right, what are the main material the floor and walls are made out of?
Adamantium.
We're going to try that again. Because you had to take this out somehow.
Space mithril.
It's a subterranean dungeon. Wouldn't it be made out of, like, stone?
Well, I mean, we could carve it straight out of stone. We could import, like, marble into the walls. We could say, all this is nonsense. We're practical dungeoneers, and we just get a bunch of, like, basic stone, and we embed it with steel and wood.
Screw your impracticality. The walls are dirt and wooden supports, but they are covered in a plaster that is made from the ground bones of thousands of innocents.
Combined with obsidian.
So white plaster, natural caves.
We should totally have an ossuary. There should be skulls everywhere, rib cages, alcoves, just bones. You've seen the ossuary, right?
Look, at least
Are we
one of our
baddies?
doors should be a double set of doors made of mithril.
Well, the doors
agree
are a
with that.
separate feature. This is just
Yeah.
the general structure.
Doors come separately.
Look, the adventurers have to try and steal something.
Cheap
All right.
dirt and wood covered with bones. That's my vote.
So-
Like more bones.
How does the lighting work in the dungeon?
The switch.
Is it dark and danky? Is it done by magic? Is it torches?
You have a small child carry a torch for you. And keep them in place by whipping them. Dungeons aren't lit. Like, okay, this is where I'm holding the line. Dungeons are not lit. Dungeons are dark. You bring your own light.
How do you guys see around is what it comes down to. Like,
I'm not-
it's likely dark. What's that?
All right.
You pick up your wisp at the door, and it follows you around the dungeon.
Sicken me. MMO
Do you-
people.
In that case, why not? We could have it be magical fires, but they only light when we're there.
Yeah.
And even when they do,
Absolutely.
they barely light, so it's really
Automatically,
crappy
magically
lighting.
lit dungeon. And I guess the fires could be inside skulls too, just for our motif.
Easily.
Yeah,
Easily.
absolutely.
When you say we, do you also mean our minions as well?
Yeah, they gotta not stumble around.
Yeah. As much as I wanted to say no, yeah.
What, our minions can carry torches? That's half
No,
their-
actually, I like that idea. I like that the minions have to carry torches. I like
Yeah,
that.
I'm a loser. I want my own light. I don't be losers.
So dark as hell is the generic answer
Trouble.
then, huh?
Ain't you seen the freaking dark?
Apparently not.
I've got magical torch skulls for the wicked ones, and minions carry torches.
Yeah, I'm voting for the minions carrying torches. In fact, I'm gonna like at night when you guys aren't around, I go around destroying all the lights.
And then the minions have to fix them again.
Oh, did we also mention the lights regenerate?
You're welcome.
This is why we bought the 12-pack of skulls.
Exactly.
You just pour it over.
All right. So now most dungeons are run by creatures called imps. This is a catch-all term. It could be a lot of different things, but these creatures are mostly insignificant creatures that do the daily maintenance, so you guys don't have to.
Okay.
So you have to pick 2 traits that summarize these imps. These are all negative traits, even though they may not sound like it. There's clever, cowardly, cruel, manic, noisy, stupid, surly, and troublesome.
I'm going to throw out an idea here. Clever and stupid. They come up with these great ideas, but they're all horrible ideas at the end of the day.
I'm in this picture and I don't like it. No, I was going to vote that all the imps that should be around here should be previous worshippers of your dark god who have been because they've been rewarded from their life of being transformed into servitors of the temple, which has turned them into small, shriveled creatures that are a parody of human life. So I was going to vote for cowardly and stupid.
Right, but we might want to use them at some point, so...
You could always make them manic if they're fanatical worshippers of the cult.
Ooh, I like manic and cowardly.
I was going to say manic and stupid.
These are all great options.
You know what? I like
Aggressively stupid.
I like manic and stupid, but the reason I like it is because I think I know if they are previous worshippers, what they look like in the dungeon now. They come back as a really crappy version of their first pet.
Or something else related to that. Often.
Yeah.
Pet. Yeah, no, I like
Yeah.
that.
You
Okay,
are the symbol of your own cruelty. Do you remember Fido?
Exactly.
I can go with manic and stupid.
But it's more of like they come back as something that, like, a representation of something that, like, really meant a lot to them in life from when they were young, but a bad version.
Yeah. I mean, the good versions are out there somewhere. These are just the crappy ones.
So manic, stupid, cursed to look like their previous pet imps.
Some of them are humanoid, some of them are useless.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
it's
limited
got to
to
be
pets.
the curse vibe. It's like, oh no, I got like this random paw, and now I look terrible, so I'm obviously going to be evil forever now.
We're going with manic and stupid. I can't think of any way this would ever backfire on us.
Not at all.
It's supposed to.
Hey,
Not
look, I
at
gave
all.
you the non-backfire option of clever and stupid.
No. Clever is not a non-backfire. Have you worked in IT?
Look, I'm just waiting for our imps to rise up against us, and I want them to be clever and stupid.
That's why I said
Gosh.
cowardly.
Eh.
I love your logic here, where I'd rather them be clever than cowardly. I'm much more afraid of a cowardly revolution.
I just see the combination of clever and stupid being like, yeah, you successfully designed a trap, but you forgot where the trigger was.
They forgot to tell us.
Yeah, have you ever watched a match
Yeah.
of Trouble in Terrace Town where they set up the trap and they catches them, and it's like the only person that ever gets caught by these traps is the traitor that sets them. It's like, yeah,
Yep.
that's who I want.
Yeah, no, manic and stupid is going to be hilarious because it means they're just going to be falling over themselves, doing all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
An attempt to please your unending lord.
All right, so we should be on the page where we're going to draw our dungeon. I'll make a better version as we go, but you guys are come with some initial things for the dungeon.
We are still on the main map, just so you know.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
well, we have to have a torture chamber. I can't be a dark mistress if there's no torture chamber.
well. There are a number of options of different rooms, but we're going to go around in circle. There's going to be a number of things added. You're going to pick a tier 1 room, a tier 2 room, and then a tier 3 room that's missing materials. As well, it starts with the tier 1 creature lair, a tier 1 lock, a tier 1 trap, and a tier 1 trick. So, does anyone have any ideas for any of these?
Oh,
there,
tier 1 trap? I have an idea for tier 1 trap.
I was
Alright.
asking, is there an example in the book somewhere, or is this all?
Yeah, if we have, then people have access to the temple page, the handout.
There's dungeon.
Oh, because I was just looking at the
yeah.
book. I know the book says temple tier 3 rooms. I was like, well, what are the tier 1 rooms?
The only handouts I see are Avashawek and dungeon.
Yeah, there's no handouts, unfortunately. I'm looking for...
Well,
There they
anyway,
are.
the tier 1 trap is going to be the pit trap at the entrance.
So
Mhm.
for the
Gotta
temple,
be traditional. It's really just there to weed out pests and low-level adventurers. Like if you can't get past this,
Alright, so the person designing the first trap will draw on this map where they're putting the trap.
oh yeah, is this the entrance where the blue lines are?
Yeah,
Okay.
But yeah, no, where are the examples for tier 1 rooms?
they're on the play sheet for the temple, as well as in the book on... For the rooms are on 197.
197, right. Like I said, I could only find the tier 3 rooms. It's like, that's not what we're looking for.
yeah. And I went ahead and just quickly marked those down. So these
Okay,
are
there
the
we go.
big cool things we can have later.
Alright, and then on your character sheet, whenever you make something, you make a note of it. So...
Oh, okay.
If the character sheets weren't jumbled up, there is a place for it. But just make a note you're taking care of this pit trap, and you decide what the trigger is from the list. The triggers being... Oh, you got something to say?
No, go ahead. Tell me what the triggers are.
There's pressure plates, tripwire, magical detection,
Look at
illusion.
John's pressure plate. It's a pit trap. You step on it, it opens up. Pressure it is.
Sounds good. Yeah, so make those notes, and your character's the one that maintains it, and when adventurers come in, you're the one who rolls for its effect.
Yay!
Alright, so that's one thing down.
I'm helping.
Who's next?
I'm just
Well,
going over the material.
Are we circling the way we went before, or are we reversing it, jumping to me?
Who has an idea?
If we're looking at tier 3, I like the idea of penance chamber.
Sure. Just note your tier 3 room isn't finished. It's missing things.
Yep.
Alright, then go draw the penance chamber on the map.
Because I figure that can easily be used for many things. I will change to a blue.
So the penance chamber itself makes it so minions, when they have to fight to the death, they ignore the penalty for being bloody.
Do we think that is the proper choice?
That sounds good to me.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to put the penance chamber, let's say,
They
there.
suggest. All right, so they do suggest rooms be between 3x3 and 5x5.
Oh, in that case,
Right. And I noticed one of the rooms it suggests is also a, quote, long tunnel. Will we have to create a room that's just the pathway between?
Okay, so for the long tunnel, the reason that is because it's... I don't know if it has it where you're looking.
I'm looking at 198.
Oh, no, it just... No, you're right. It's just a long tunnel that connects two areas. So yeah, the dungeon will have corridors going to everything that's built. So as people build things, I'll adjust the lines and everything. And then... Right?
we have a 5x5. Ideally, as this grows, we have it so it may be straight ahead, but you have to take a very convoluted path to get there.
Well, as you build more stuff, you'll be able to put more things in. And this is just a rough draft.
Yeah.
But unless someone builds a door, it's assume everything is open.
Okay.
Right.
Hey, Raph.
Yes.
Your character's going to be making stuff, right?
Well, I'm a wizard. Yes, I'll be making stuff. I mean, I'm not sure what else I do as a wizard.
I don't know. I'll ask Mr. Wizard.
Sacrificing stuff, I guess.
Well, 'cause my thought was that I was reading, and it says our tier 3 stuff, we have one flex slot to use from any other types buildings.
Yeah.
And I was thinking maybe putting in a testing chamber. So you could modify stuff.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, someone already built the tier 3 room, though.
Well, it says you have a number of tier 3. It didn't say how many.
You start with 1.
Oh, well, then never mind then. Fuck you.
What did we use the tier 3 on, then?
I don't know. That's why I was asking. That's why I keep asking questions, and all I got was page 197.
So this is why, I checked with the group. The penance chamber makes it so our minions will not suffer penalties when fighting to the death.
Oh, no, I thought... Yeah,
I wanted to... Because
I thought we got more than one tier 3 chamber.
It says each dungeon theme has a... Okay, each dungeon theme, sorry. My brain don't work today.
As a group, what tier 3 do we want to do? Because we have the list there that was posted in chat.
Well, I mean, I'm not looking at chat. I'm looking at 5 different windows already.
Yeah, I think we should, if we only get one tier 3, because I was like...
To start.
Yeah,
and it isn't built yet.
I thought we got more than one tier. I think we should do the testing chamber, because that's all of us can use that to modify items. All of us want to modify items.
Well, the thing is, we can also build rooms later.
Which chamber was it?
It's part of the Enclave. We have a flex slot. We have a flex slot for our dungeon where we can build one from another thing.
And what were you building?
Oh, I'm not building it. I thought we had more than one tier 3 room, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we want, I'm completely fine with using mine to change our tier 3 room to the testing.
Yeah, I think...
As a group, what do we want... It's more of a, as a group, what do we want to rock?
Well, we're rocking 3 people who do magic. Anything that makes you guys do better magic, probably the way to go.
Yeah, especially when we steal stuff from other people, if we can change it to make it more suitable to our purposes. And that's why we're raiding people, right? To steal stuff to change to our purposes.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So what was the room called?
It's a testing room.
I don't see it on here.
It's on Enclave.
We're a temple.
Testing?
But we're a temple.
It doesn't matter. I just said this 5 times in a row. Flex slot. We have a flex slot for our dungeon.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
We can steal.
Sorry, I only just realized that Griff posted it in the Roll20 chat. I'm like, I don't see this fucking thing anywhere.
So for this flex slot, you said testing room?
I was just putting it out there because I thought we had more than one tier 3. I'm not going to double back on something somebody else has already done.
Well, I was just presenting because I was aware that we only had the one. So I wanted to get something themed and figure out our tier 3 before we jump forward.
Right, and then when I thought we had more than tier 1, tier 3, I was trying to, since Rafferty was wanting an enclave first, I was going to, like, olive branch it out. And, hey, here's this thing.
Remove an item's volatility, increase the concoction in size and scope, take a +1 on your next use as a specific item for testing chamber.
Oh, it's in Forge. That's why.
Yeah, it's
I
in
thought
Forge.
I saw it in Enclave.
So,
I'm sorry. My brain. I don't tell you.
I'm a fan of that room as well because I do have make potion.
I mean, there's a
Or,
ton of
or
great
wild
rooms.
bruised.
Can't fault anybody for any of them. They're all specifically good. How many tier 2 rooms are in this dungeon?
Starts with 1.
Just one tier 2 room?
Yeah.
1 tier 1, 1 tier 2, and 1 tier 3, and 1 tier 1 creature lair.
So wait, what was the long hallway?
The long hallway is just the dungeon connecting itself as things are built.
Okay, I thought I heard Griff specifically say long hallway was an option.
It's on
There's
the
a long
list of tier
tunnel.
1 rooms, technically.
Yeah, long tunnel.
Like the dungeon will build itself and connect everything, but if you want more than one connection to one thing to another, you would use the long tunnel to connect to.
So technically our long tunnel is our tier 1 room.
No. If we want to put one in, so let's say
We wanted branching, I think.
No, I'm
So if
saying
they-
that specifically on the list of tier 1 rooms, long tunnel is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
accurate.
Yes.
So if we're counting it as one, otherwise we just have a giant chamber with a bunch of rooms.
Well, the way
like-
it seems to go is we'll have a linear dungeon until we make tunnels.
Yes.
I was thinking of the inside of Cheyenne Mountain.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of rooms that are on stilts.
I would suggest for a tier 2 room, guard post or minion layer.
Well, 2 of us have minions, so...
Mm-hmm. Guard post means our minions get to be somewhere we want defensively. A minion layer means that they get bonus while defending rooms.
I probably wouldn't want a minion lair, since we already
I
have
agree
the
with that.
trap.
Okay. I will manage the minion layer.
All right, and where are you putting that?
Minion layer. Well, we got our penance chamber there. I'm gonna go ahead and put it like
we
halfway down
switched
the hall.
We switched to the penance chamber to the testing room.
Testing room, right?
Oh, did we?
Yes.
Was that decided? Okay.
So I'm gonna leave my cyan mark there, and that is going to be text. Text. This is the minion layer. That could stand to be a little larger. Bam! There we go. Minion layer.
Right. Like, I'll do a much better one of this once we're done.
That's everything,
Oh yeah,
right?
definitely.
Of course.
Give 2 atmospheric traits for the minor rooms list. Where's that list?
The list is bright, cold, cluttered, crumbling, dim, echoing, hot, noisy, silent, smelly, or spooky.
I like cluttered. What's a good one that goes with cluttered there? Noisy? It's a cluttered, noisy minion layer.
It's okay. They're all manic and stupid.
Well, no, those are the imps. Minions are different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're not.
This is where I
putting-
keep my troops.
Your minions sleep in the same place as the imps, right?
Well, the imps are all over the dungeon.
Yeah, the imps are everywhere, and they don't necessarily sleep.
Also, when it comes to minions, Griff and I both have minions that have the companion trait, so literally they can come out of the dungeon with us.
Mhm.
Which is useful.
I thought about that.
Yeah, there's only three of them that get different types of minions.
So, do we need to add description for the atmosphere of the testing room?
I'm just doing what my text said.
Yeah, because the minion layer says to give it 2 atmospheric traits. I don't know if the
Yeah.
testing room does
Okay,
or not.
no problem.
I need to do it now.
Okay.
No, it's just once it's there, it's there.
Cool.
All right, so I'm managing one room. We've gone ahead and done the penance. We have a trap. Theta, you haven't put one down yet.
I asked. You guys said there was one of two, and one of three. Well, that's 3. That's all done. We're done.
Oh, there's still a creature lair, a tier 1 lock, a tier 1 trick, and a tier 2 room.
The tier 2 room is the minion layer.
Oh, then with tier 1 room.
What are options for tier 1 rooms?
I have them right here. You could have a crawlway, a passage too small for people doing daily labor, a long tunnel which would connect things more than our linear path, a minor room which could be like a mess hall, latrine, skull-filled corridor, or garden. Minions
we
there
don't-
gain a morale while
I
defending.
appreciate that
during
the trick was an option, and an example of a trick is a winding maze that splits up the adventuring party. I want to put a winding maze in this long hallway.
We're going to go back to 8-bit theater. Like, yeah, it's a linear hallway. It's like there's a trick here.
Okay, so when you're talking about
Secret tunnels,
minor
traverses, and windows.
if we don't specify that we have a latrine, that means we don't have any plumbing.
You thought we had plumbing?
I would believe so.
High living.
I didn't know we had to burn one of our rooms on it. Can I suggest that we use the minor for a latrine?
I was gonna say that I use whatever refuse we have as part of my shamanistic rituals.
Yeah, I just take my shits in his room.
Okay.
Now note, this is just the first level of the dungeon. The wicked ones don't live here. They live in the floor below.
Oh,
All the imps and imps and all that, they live up here.
do we really not want to have bathrooms? With all our imps are manic and stupid. I mean, you saw my cat.
Like all I'm saying is, who wants to come to a shitty place?
But
Do you guys have any sense of dignity?
dignity would be nice. So if you want to go ahead and declare the latrine as your other thing that you're going to
I
manage.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. So wait.
I support the choice.
If I say that there's a tier 1 room and it's latrine, does that mean I'm responsible for it?
Yes.
Yep.
You and your minions. You're responsible when adventurers go in there, how bad it ends up for them.
Oh, yeah, I'll declare that. What adventurers are going to do the freaking latrine?
Use it.
All right. Where
Oh,
are you
no.
going to stick it? Off the hallway, off the minion layer, or off the testing room? Or off the trap, even?
Well, we can stick it off of the mess hall that we don't have. So apparently, I don't know how you're feeding your minion.
Well, I guess you could just attach it to the minion layer then.
You can make the latrine the bottom of the trap. The pit trap.
Oh, that's fine.
Look, you put spikes down there, they get infected the moment they go in.
So in that case, it'd be something like this, right?
Well, it would be
Text,
where's the
latrine. Like this, right?
I don't know what you're saying. Well, no, you build it over here next to the pit trap. You were just talking about building it next to the pit trap.
Okay, well, let's just move it over there. Bam!
Here.
Easy.
And change this passage to be the minion layer. There we go.
That
So
way,
latrine-
that way you can feed down into the pit trap.
yeah, that way
Yeah.
the pit trap and the minion layer are both that. That sounds good.
There we go. The
Speaking
minion layer is now in between the testing room then.
Speaking of manic and stupid, I got to see to my cat.
That's fine. Alright,
Right.
who wants to take care of something next?
So all the main rooms are done. We need a creature lair, a locked door, and a trick still.
You did say you wanted to do the maze, didn't you, Theta?
Yeah, let's make the long hallway a maze.
Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey,
Make our
there we
long
go.
hallway a tower defense.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put Tricky Maze Tier 1 with exclamation points.
Dig it.
All right. So All tricks have a purpose, though. So is the purpose of the maze to split up the adventuring party? Is it to make them lose something specific?
Yeah, so
Is it
split them
just
up.
to
I said that
exhaust
when I described it the first time. Split them up.
All right. So just put that on your notes on your character sheet. That's what its purpose is.
Mhm.
And yeah. So we have the maze, we have the minion layer. This is the order you want the rooms to appear in the dungeon. Like, you can move these around if you want.
Yeah, I've been moving them around, and I think this is what we've started talking about. The latrine is off the trap. The maze is after the trap, and after the trick is the minion layer, which is supposed to protect the testing room.
You also have we
Branching
got
off
the
the
trick
minion.
trap. We have a creature layer, tier 1 somewhere.
Oh, that would be very funny if we did a creature trap off the tricky maze, and then when they split up, they either end up in the minion layer, back in the trap, or in a creature layer. We got a windmill going on.
Well, if we have a testing room, do we want the creature layer to be where the unsuitable test subjects go?
Interesting question.
So you know,
Yeah.
tricks, traps, and creature layers are what hurt adventurers the most. Then you have your minions. Somewhere we're going to put a staircase that goes down to the inner sanctum where you guys are when the place is invaded.
Yeah.
If they get to there or a finished tier 3 room, like the adventure ends when they're either defeated, when they get to the sanctum and you guys figure out how you want to deal with them, or if they get to a tier 3 room, they get to heal a bit. So if they get into your testing room, they get a chance to heal first.
Okay.
Right. So we'll probably end up putting a stairwell like adjacent to the testing room because that's the places we don't want to be anyway.
Mm-hmm. Like the adventurer's goals are usually to get to the stairwell.
Mhm.
Locks will encourage them to take different paths first. If it's all one straight line, they will keep trying at the lock till they get through. But locks will make, if they fail, stop and take one of the other paths first.
Can we move freely through the creature layer?
The wicked ones? Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, do we want to have it be that the stairway down?
Like off the side of it? Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
We usually put the stairway in at the end. So that's certainly possible.
Because, like, if we wanted to, we could have the testing room and the creature layer. I'm on the wrong thing. Get rid of that. Like, in this general area. Or over here, either way. And then have it be that they would have to choose.
Yeah. Well, with the lock, from what I heard, if they fail the lock, they go another way. So if we had, like, the creature here and we had the lock here, then if they leave the maze and they fail the lock, then they go back to the creature. And ultimately, we just kind of push them back towards other tasks. That would be my idea.
I actually like that one. I like that one.
Okay. So do you want to manage the lock or the creature?
Do you have a preference?
I like the creature.
In that case, you take the creature.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give it like a 3x3 room here. It connects here.
Right.
And creature layer, tier 1.
Yeah,
Yeah, because then
creature. Go ahead.
Yeah, because then we effectively have the lock at the end of the maze. So if they can't get past that one, they may end up stumbling into the creature layer. I like it.
Right, so a lock is at the end of the maze then?
Yes. Do we want to have me managing the lock, or do we want to have the person who builds stuff managing the lock?
I mean, this is just depending. This is just you're going to be the person who rolls for it when it comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what it means, really.
That
so
works.
who's in charge of the creature layer? Because they determine the initial creature that wanders in there.
That's me.
All right. So it's usually an unintelligent or very low intelligent creature.
Mhm.
But you have to pick 2 traits for it. The traits are clever, corrupted, corrosive, diseased, incorporeal, flaming, freezing, magical, oozing, sneaky, strong, swarming, terrifying, tireless, and venomous.
Ooh, these are some really good ones. I do love venomous. It sounds great. And strong venomous here would just be like straight up a giant scorpion, which sounds awesome.
All
we
right,
could
so you
use
want
strong acidic.
You know, from the playbook of not to be betrayed by our own minions, strong and incorporeal is always good.
What would strong incorporeal be?
Not a threat at all is what it would be.
Well, that's not very good for adventures. A ghost would be freezing incorporeal. Strong incorporeal like strikes me like animated armor or something.
Well, no, because that armor is corporeal.
Animating spirit, right? I'm trying to like figure out what it would be.
Mhm.
So do you have like a better impression of what like strong incorporeal would be?
Well, yeah, it would be a ghost that could fight other ghosts.
Or a ghost that has a really strong power to freeze people or something.
Well, that would be freezing, though. That'd be incorporeal and freezing.
Yeah,
Okay,
I guess
ghost
that
that
makes
rips
it a
up someone's soul.
poltergeist.
Yeah,
There we go.
poltergeist.
Yeah.
Polter.
So it's just a room where the objects appear to be attacking you. If we like do a big old robbery or a raid or something, and we get like a bunch of knives and everything, we just always toss it into that room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just
yep.
looks like a treasure lair at first, but then it's like, wait a second, it's just only weapons here. Is this an armory? It's like, no, they're attacking. So there we go.
Alright, is
So
this
I managed
the
poltergeist.
layout you want for the rooms?
So far so good to me.
Alright, so
Theta,
now
you
you
have any
can figure
opinion?
out...
Nope.
Go ahead.
And I'm thinking for the lock, it's not like a handle or anything. It's just one of those big old solid wooden beams.
So for the lock, there are some options. First, you choose the material that it's made out of. Is it
Okay.
bars, bone, crystal, ice, iron, a magical field, roots, stone?
Oh, this is for the door, yeah.
Well,
So
yeah, the lock.
I think this is where we pull in the magical metal door.
Oh yeah, we've been talking adamantine the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, mithril.
100%.
Mithril would be the
This
thing
is-
to go with.
This is where we use it.
Yeah.
So, but I guess off the list that would be iron. Which, still good.
Well, there was
Yeah.
a magical option, wasn't there?
There's
yeah, magic
magical
field.
field.
It was magical field.
Yeah, that's what the door looks like. And then you choose a locking mechanism afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, be a magical field, have an invisible door.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Alright, and then the locking mechanism, this is how it opens or makes sure it locks if something approaches, is arcane, a bar, bolt, a heavy object, a motorized lock, a padlock, a password, a pulley, a pressure plate, a puzzle, a rimmed lock, or a timed lock.
I just want to throw out there for you. If you use
Go for it.
passcode, we technically speak a different language than the other creatures of the world.
Yep.
I was torn between passcode or pulley.
Okay, just so you know, though, adventurers will eventually get through the locked door.
Mhm.
Like, it's just one of the caveats of the system that eventually...
Sure, but I
if
mean,
they have
you
to work out-
remember Lord of the Rings, right? What the fuck
Yeah.
is the elven word for friend? And then it gets attacked by a monster.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, our adventurers will just start pulling out like English to Elven dictionaries. Like, hold up a second.
Well, technically,
You know what?
we don't speak elven either.
Let's do passcode.
Alright, make a note of it on your character sheet.
Yeah.
Did we
also,
decide
note
on
down
the
the secret
material?
passcode on your character sheet too.
The passcode is passcode.
Passcode is Mix-a-Splitlick, but backwards.
Passcode. Let me think of something.
Passcode is login.
Admin.
Guest.
Blank. There is no passcode. That was such a long too.
The passcode is going to be shower.
No, I like the passcode is nothing. You have to sit there and shut the fuck up for a minute.
Oh, that would foil every adventuring group.
That would spoil every adventure. Yeah,
Except
I'll
you
use-
remember that our imps
Oh.
live on this lair, and they're manic and stupid. They wouldn't shut up.
yeah, they'll never.
Yeah, but if we would be standing in front of the door, and the imps wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Oh, I'll shut your imps up.
The passcode is marmalade.
All right.
I was going to vote for Briark. I just grew some more gray hairs, and none of you know what that is.
Passcode, please don't pepper spray.
I know what gray hairs are.
Look, I
Sorry,
already have a
sorry.
few from this conversation.
The only thing left is to note where the stairs down to the sanctum is.
I would vote either off the testing room, which means that they have to get through everything, or off the minion layer, where they either go here and heal or fight us after going through everything.
They're at the bottom of the latrine.
I like the idea of minion layer.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give that a draw. Do. Stairs down.
Excellent. And we have our dungeon.
Yay, we did it.
A quick look that we covered everything there.
Hey, buddy.
I think so. We got the tier 1 room, the latrine. The tier 2 room, the minion layer. Tier 3 with the testing room. The creature layer. The lock. The trap. And the trick.
Oh man, that sounds like an amazing episode of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah.
The warrant.
We do have probably the worst pit trap to fall into because it's not that damaging, but it's just really embarrassing.
Well, I mean,
my
that
gosh.
can really give you sepsis and everything. It
The
is
pit trap
deadly.
just takes you straight to the latrine.
Well, no, the latrine and the floor where the pit trap is are on the same level. The latrine is dug down sideways so that everything spills down to the bottom of the pit trap.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So that you fall
terrible.
into the pit trap, you fall into years of urine and shit.
You guys have heard of punji pits, all right?
Yeah,
Yelp.
that's literally what I said. Put spikes down there, and it's like infection, sepsis, everything.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, now that we've hit all the healthcare we need on our adventures, you must buy insurance before coming to this minion lair.
I'm sorry, you are adventuring where? Yes, we need to give you this shot.
Alright, so you guys are the wicked ones. You're going to have to come up with a master plan of what your overall goal is and some steps towards it. The first step is always grow the dungeon.
How many steps do we need?
It suggests about 4 to 6.
Bring
they don't
my
have to be
father into the
inside
world. How about that?
Yeah. Where can we
Accidentally.
follow along? Where is dungeon goals?
Well, it's pretty loose leaf, and it is on... It's called the master plan. And as long as your minions and imps see you doing the master plan, they remain loyal, usually.
Okay.
Or at least as loyal as they get. 174, it says in the index.
174. Yeah. Alright,
Oh, yeah,
so now I
right
can stare
past
at that.
right past minion creation.
I'm gonna have to go over that a whole lot. To
Yeah,
earn
well-
Wicked XP in accession, you have to work towards your master plan. So we got to make a master plan where we want to do the master plan.
Like you said,
Yeah.
bring my father into the world.
I think it's a great final step for a master plan.
Yeah, so final step, that daddy's home.
Daddy's already home.
Right.
You're talking about granddaddy. I'm your daddy.
So we got a step 1 and we got a final step. What do we got to do in between that?
I mean, Raph has ideas about what he wants to do with the people on the surface.
Should be broad enough to take 3 to 5 sessions, couple raids.
Oh, I have a few ideas.
Well,
this is where you
clearly
bring
we're
him up.
performing a terrifying ritual. We need the things that allow us to do this ritual?
Well,
So
we
step
need a ritual,
Terrifying ritual.
and then we need something that's terrifying.
So, do we want one of the later ones to be to steal, like, the feather or something off of one of the crazy policemen? Like one of their mounts?
That almost seems like a lesser one.
Yeah.
I mean, like, one of the, like, a step forward
Yeah.
should be, like, collect the heads of every leader or something like that.
I guess to go over the examples here, like in a comparative one of the examples is corrupt the woodslands forever. Step 1, grow the hoard. Step 2, clear the northern woods of foresters and loggers. Step 3, unite the monster tribes of the forest. Step 4, wage war on the Fae and break down the Dryad Queen. And final step, perform the ritual of corruption. So if we're going to bring Daddy home, then we obviously need to collect sacrifices.
Yes.
We should also corrupt the existing religions of the surface.
That's a great one.
Yes.
Sure. I'm down with that. Which, there's a lot of religions, though. I mean, we gotta corrupt the ascetics, we gotta corrupt the knights, we gotta corrupt the Spire of the Dead. There's a bunch of...
Yeah, to be fair, though, that's corrupting one person. You made that one an easy one.
And it's a child.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, literally, it's, so long as we don't go to the cornfield, we're safe.
burn down the cornfield. I gotcha.
All right.
Corrupting. We got gather sacrifices.
I think one of them should be create a conflict to act as a distraction for the ritual, like cracking the dragon egg or something like that. To
All right.
create for a greater conflict.
So who do we want to create a war between? I think specifying that would probably help.
I don't think we need to specify war. I just think it needs to involve powerful factions.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm down with that then.
I'm personally thinking the frogs and the flying police.
Well, aren't the frogs the neutral faction?
Well, they're
Yeah.
powerful.
Well, the only problem, though, I would see with that is that if they're a neutral faction, they might not have anybody on their side that would be strong in their defense.
Hey,
Yeah, so
hey,
this is what we're looking at for this master plan at this point. What do
All
people
right.
think?
Looks good to me.
yeah.
I'm always looking at whatever you guys aren't.
Oh, we're
Roll 20.
looking at the roll 20.
Oh, yeah, see. When I'm looking at the Roll20, I'm looking at the chat. I wasn't looking for a pop-up.
Mhm.
Like I said, I'm always looking where you guys aren't.
I have so many things stacked on top of each other, windows on windows.
It's why I have 2 monitors.
Well, unfortunately, I have to have some windows open so that
Two
the
isn't enough.
things don't freeze on the stream. Like, if I don't have
Yeah,
the...
OBS in the stream like takes up like a whole monitor minimum for you, right?
Well,
That's
I
what
mean,
I have to
more
do.
so that if I don't have Discord open, you guys' cameras just freeze. And if I don't
Exactly,
have
yeah.
the other thing open, nothing changes on the map window.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I like this plan.
I would change number 2 to just corrupt religions. I mean, they don't have to be light religions.
Well, they're adversaries because we're dark.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
feel
other
it would
dark
be-
religions can be corrupted as well.
Oh, it's not the... This is just the master plan of it's the light religions that make the ritual harder to perform. I don't think the other
just
ones...
assumed that it was corrupting religions to be more towards my father's aims, so that when he arrives, these people are already going to start worshipping him because we've corrupted their religion to be towards him.
Are people good with that?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could make it a more generic corrupt religions, with obviously more favorable results if we went for light than neutral. But we have options.
No, I agree with that. We're basically saying, have you heard of his father?
Have you heard the
He's-
word?
He's a pretty cool guy.
Our minions are door to door.
Yeah, man, you'll see once we get to the minion creation step.
Oh yeah, I gotta scroll up to that and start looking at it because that's gonna be fun.
I think we're on that step. I don't think there's anything else besides that, is there? Did I miss anything?
I don't
Good
know.
question.
we are missing our vile friends. Someone in the world who is either neutral or evil, according to the races of light, who's a friend of yours, who will do things for money.
What about the Lich of the Tower? That child.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Wait, you're
Don't-
calling him a lich now? I thought he was a child.
It's a child. He's undead. He creates undead minions. What else is the definition of a lich?
Undead wizard.
Yeah, okay. We'll just make him a wizard too.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you want to take that as your vile
Semantics.
friend, let me just double check vile friends before I say yes to that, because I don't see a problem with it, but
It's also one person, as we already stated. They're the one person in charge of the entire tower.
Oh, I think it might be more like contacts now that if I
Yeah.
remember it, but we'll confirm that.
Yeah, but I mean, they're still a friend. And just my idea. I mean, don't let me take charge of the conversation.
Mhm.
As proven 75 times today, my brain isn't working right.
yeah, so it does fit in with that, but it can't be in control of it.
Okay.
Can't be what now?
So we could have someone who's a part of that faction, or like helps the child or something.
I'm just looking for more than the paragraph they give me, that's all.
Mhm.
Usually they do the outlines, and then
Why
they have
I didn't hear the "it can't be" part. I didn't hear what you said there.
I was mentioning to myself, is there any rules like that? Like right now it just says, someone who is an individual of the outside world, who is friendly enough towards you that they would work for pay.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. No, I think our buddy should be a squid-faced mind flayer who has his own spelljammer slave ship, who every now and then flies into this planet to offer us bizarre and useless artifacts from other worlds that don't work here because the magic's different, and then tries to buy some of our crap.
Yeah, and then
Extra
when he's
planar luxury cruise pawn shop.
and when he's on
Alright.
those other worlds, he takes a human form named Matthew, who runs video game things online, and
I'm down for that.
So anyways, each person gets their own vile friend.
I choose the Lich.
Yes.
We each get our own vile friend. Well, that's my vile friend.
Yeah, my vile friend is the Lich of the tower.
I'm good with the Lich of the Tower. Everything else has to be attached somewhere in this world already.
Okay.
Well, is it okay if my guy's a spelljammer?
That sounds like he's not attached to this world, but from other dimensions.
Okay, so I gotta come up with a guy who's attached to this world.
Attached to this world and setting, yes.
Okay.
What if his spelljammer ship crashed, and he was attached to the world?
No.
He can't
I'd be okay with that.
Let's see, 193. Vile friend.
Yeah,
So,
okay. So another worldly visitor whose craft crashed on this world, and he just hangs out here, hoping eventually to get the resources, perhaps to travel again, or maybe he likes this planet.
to one day find his way home.
Okay, I'm naming him Ningobble of the Seven Eyes. He always wears a robe so we can't see his appearance, and there's lights that flicker inside of it, and every now and then one reaches out like a tentacle.
Sounds good to me.
I'm gonna go with a frog person mercenary captain.
Also sounds good.
So this way I get my flavor of interaction. Suppose to all the weirdos you guys are bringing in.
That flavor,
Oh.
slime.
all right.
Just slime friend. Slime buddy.
What do we got, Justin still?
Yeah, I will go with. Let's just see if there's a proper name here. I'm going to go with a giant who used to live in Strongholm, but now just wanders because he got tired of being made fun of because he didn't grow past 10 feet tall.
The littlest giant?
Giant dwarf or dwarf giant?
Dwarf giant.
I'm good with that.
Dude's never seen the inside of our dungeon.
I meet him outside. His name will be
Steve.
Oh, that's actually really good.
All right.
Yeah,
I named
his
my
name will
mal
be-
friend Gorik.
His name will be Steve. He chose a human name because he renounces the giants.
Ah, see, mine
Right.
went the complete opposite. It's entirely formalism because they've renounced their human life and now they are just the Lich of the Tower.
Now, if I recall, the Lich has problem controlling his minions, but is the one who raises them, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, no, that works.
Effectively being all mostly inside the tower is how he controls them. Because if they can't get out, they can't unleash.
All right. So, some of you have minions. I don't think there's anything else but this left, right?
I think so, yeah. So, for minions' sake,
So,
these
who
I
has
assume... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
who has minions? Starting minions.
I believe Griffin and I both have minions. Because he went cohort and I went acolytes.
All right. So,
Uh,
go
Well,
ahead.
I have cohort gives a bonus to minion allies. I'm not sure it starts me with one, unfortunately.
I believe it says that if you have that, it starts you with minions.
I'm
Always
looking
lead
at-
with mindsets and upgrades.
I'm going to say
Acolyte.
that I don't because so up above where
Did you,
minion pack is
did you
on the
get
sheet,
gold,
it
Justin?
does say terrifying and vengeful witches, and I do have 1 gold.
Yeah, if you have 1 gold, you can recruit by spending 1 gold.
Okay.
Page 192, you can recruit minions by spending 1 gold and performing a downtime action.
Mhm. If people want to spend their gold and start with an I'm also okay with that.
I will definitely do that, and just clarify then, I have my minion.
Well, you should start with 1 if you have cohorts. It's the entire
I'll
point
have
of
2.
cohorts. Because, I was saying before, Griffin, what I was alluding to with the gold thing is that you can upgrade your minions with gold.
Right.
So, I'm starting with minions, but I'm also spending my 1 gold to upgrade those minions instead of having more minions.
Yeah. I guess that would be the primary thing. Just confirming cohort gets me minions.
I read it before, and it said it, I was better then than I am now.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, I can flashback to do things to minions, Battlemaster lets me do stuff, cohort gives minions upgrades. I'm not sure any of them actually just give you them, unless it's not specifically in the Marauder section.
I'm not seeing where it says it gives you them automatically, but I know some of you start with gold instead of valuable items.
Right.
From what I watched, I'm going to see if I can...
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can figure out for certain, that would be great. But if I don't get a free one, I will definitely go ahead and grab one.
I know I'm going to do the same.
Groups, I'm going to put page 193 so I don't forget that's where it is. So, creating minions. Also, we do have our minion layer. Does that automatically generate one?
What minion layer does is when the dungeon is attacked, most people have to roll to decide where the dungeon or what your minions were up to when they were attacked. The minion layer allows one person with minions to be like, nope, mine were in the layer and they're ready.
There it is. Companion. Companion is a special upgrade only available to minion packs gained through calling abilities. When you first select the ability, they're automatically recruited.
Awesome.
So page 195, it's the bottom option. I knew I read it fucking somewhere.
So yeah, cohort and acolytes both have that. Did someone else have one with companion?
I don't believe I have companion.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't have a companion.
Anyone spending gold to start with a group of minions before we go through this?
We don't
Absolutely,
start
I will
with any
spend
money
gold.
unless we chose to start with money, right?
Right, you had
Correct.
to choose not to have a special item.
Okay. So with companion, I have a free minion then.
Right,
Alright,
you get it
yes.
from your cohort same way as I get it from Acolyte. That's the point of choosing those two options.
Good, wonderful. I know exactly what I want them to be.
So do I. I
Right.
even wrote it down.
So
Your
I'm gonna
minions are a pack of 2 to 5 people. They
pack
have
of
a race
4
type.
kobolds.
All right.
I wanted to ask, would it be alright if my minions were human?
I don't mind that as long as they're not speaking the language of light without the upgrade.
Nope, that's fine.
They're degenerate humans.
I also chose to be only 2 of them, because it says you can have between 2 and 5. So,
Yep.
the less you have, the more, it's supposed to be, stronger versus having a pack of 5 individual weak ones.
Yeah, but it's still based off its their action abilities.
Yeah, it's not really changed by anything.
So decide what are they? Are they acolytes, alchemists, builders, cutthroats,
Yeah.
envoys,
Mine are
grunts,
priests.
raiders, scouts, thieves, trappers, tricksters, witches, or workers?
So essentially, I am the priest of my father, and these are the priests of me.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
These are the ones that lead the worship of me. I'll also say that I spent my gold to get the versatile upgrade, so that they also have additional primary and secondary actions. So mine are primary actions are invoke, and what are you again, Justin?
I'm a shaman.
Shaman. And what was your thing that you picked? Your magic.
By magic, I went with blood reading.
Okay, and Rafferty or Warlock, and what magic did you pick?
Force mastery.
Oh, is that an actual thing? Sorry, I didn't know if you were making a joke about Star Wars.
It said force mastery, whatever that is. I'm a master of force.
Alright, because my thing was, when I pick invoke for my minions, I have to choose a specific path, and I was still trying to figure out
Why
what I
are you
wanted.
not doing necromancy?
Well, see, that's what I was saying. It was either going to be spirit calling or necromancy. I think spirit calling was my first pick.
Wouldn't it be channeling?
No, I pick a path
Where you see that?
under minions when it says invoke. Hold on, you're going to make me go back.
Yes.
Creating minions. Skills. If you give them invoke, you must also choose a path of magic that they can cast from. They can only cast tier 1 spells from that path.
Where are we
Page
looking?
194. The paragraph that says next assign 1 primary action, 2 secondary actions.
No, you're right.
Like I said,
Right.
I knew more back before this migraine.
Fair. And how are you making out, Griff? Because it seems to be going pretty quick. I don't want you to fall behind.
Yup. I got a pack of 4 kobolds, which I'm thinking I want to be like raiders or trappers. I'm deciding if I want them to be smash and scan or smash and tinker. How is your tinker, Justin?
Oh, my tinker is none.
All right,
I
they're
think
going to be
someone said
tinker then.
Tinker, didn't you?
I think Graph is Tinker, right? You have a Tinker 3?
Yeah, I'm the master of tinkering. I have a tinker of 3.
Okay. So I think I'm still going to go ahead and make them smash first and tinker second then.
Well,
Right.
you have 2 secondaries.
Oh, I have 2 secondaries. Ooh. Oh boy, what fun is this?
So my primaries on mine are invoke and smash, because again I got versatile, which means I basically get two options of both. So
Then-
invoke and smash, and my secondaries are trick, tinker, finesse, and skulk.
Well,
Oh,
it depends.
3 total
what,
secondaries.
It depends what upgrade.
I said versatile.
No, for Griffs.
Oh, sorry.
So they come with the mindset loyalty, and then you choose whether they're well equipped, have the mindset fearless, are trained, or versatile. Trained lets them take downtime actions well, like brew, build, contact, craft, and can't, torture, or recruit. Versatile gives them other action points.
Alright, I can get them versatile for free, so I think that's what I want to do. Versatile. They'll be good smashers and tinkers. And then they'll have alternates of scanning, skulking, and they get one more. Trick. There we go. They also automatically are loyal.
Which seems to be an entirely RP element. There's no actual mechanic tied to it.
It'll do something, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, because I'm saying that mindset, it says like loyal, zealous, and everything like that, and it also says make something up. So it's literally how you're describing it versus how the situation they are in matters.
Right. Their dark impulse is to be aggressive, and I think I could spend another gold and get them another upgrade. Is that correct?
Yep.
They are also elite, I believe.
Yep.
Alright.
Is there a tier above elite?
I don't believe so.
I don't
think
think
I
so.
see elite
I'm
anywhere
also-
here.
I'm also still very new to this system.
Oh, by the way, mine, as I posted in chat, mine are, their dark impulses are addicted to my attention. Since they are my priests, it makes sense. They pray to me, so... Pray to me!
Huh, the word elite does not appear in
I
many
don't see
places.
Well, since it's an upgrade they have, it should be in the next page from...
Yeah, just elite itself is not an upgrade of some kind.
Nope.
Maybe it just means that they have the automatic upgrade.
That is probably what it's referring to.
Okay.
Right,
So,
and then I remember someone chose not to take the coin, but instead chose to start with a magical item of some kind.
Yeah, that was me.
Alright. Did you want it to be magical? Did you want a potion? What were you thinking?
Oh, increase my killing power, eh? I mean, does they have a list of things? Is it really long?
The magic item page is on 134,
Okay.
with some examples on 135, so no, it's not long at all. And item edges is on 122, which is the other alternative adding.
Can I pick a special item? I thought you said I would get an edge, or can I have my own special item?
The edges are 122 to add to items, and then magical items and how they work on 134.
What are the edges you can add to an item?
You can make something camouflaged, hidden, light so it doesn't take up a gear slot, terrifying so it increases effect when trying to scare someone, trustworthy so it's incredibly difficult to break or lose, pulverizing, which means it goes through stone or armor very easily, or powerful, has the ability to knock back enemies when they're hit.
Hey, Raph, is your character only wearing that cloak?
Apparently.
Because one of the options is Cloak of Invisibility, but turns you completely invisible, but no other gear but the cloak. Well, what if you're only wearing a cloak anyway?
That's kind of silly, because then people could see all my stuff. I've got 6 items.
It seems like all the magic items are that way. Like the Cube of Knowledge.
Yeah.
You can answer any yes or no question you ask once a cycle.
Okay, well, that's actually pretty cool.
Will I die this year? Yes or no?
What I really want, I'm just going to be honest with you, what I really wanted is you know me, I think whips are really cool. I really wanted to have some kind of whip.
Mm-hmm.
So can I get one, or is that not one of the is all the magic items like utility items?
They're all examples. I guess you can make your own.
You can make your own, but basically it's a minor power with a minor drawback.
Ooh, Goldmonger's Tooth turns victims into golden statues, but they might randomly come back to life.
Neat. Was there a list of do I have to use my edge for that, or my bonus item for
135 is a list of example magic items.
But none of them are weapons, right?
Oh yeah, like
No.
Thundering Mace
Oh,
knocks back anyone you hit with it, but is incredibly noisy.
That's a drawback.
Displacement
sound like a
arrows
drawback
teleport
whatsoever.
anyone hit with them to a nearby spot, but the spot is totally random.
Well, I would like to have a demon hide whip.
all right.
That what'd you say was the special effect of the mace? It knocks people down,
It knocks people back.
knocks people back. But the downside of it is that sometimes people get addicted to the taste of the whip. And it
Turns
makes them
people
not-
masochistic.
There's also the Harvesting Axe gives you a huge burst of power when you hack off a limb, but always demands more.
No, I like the idea of the demon hide whip, but unfortunately, it's addictive and
Addictive to the one hit, right?
well, I can't seem to give it up either, can I?
No,
Fortunately, I can resist my cravings because I'm a wicked one.
fair.
Ooh,
All right.
Mind
I'm
Distilling
good with
is
that.
cool too. Drains memories from people's minds, but makes them go insane in the process.
And that uses up my my bonus item. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I do still have to determine my minions. My question is, what do workers do?
Oh,
Oh right, you spent a
so-
gold to have minions, right?
yeah. So a type is basically what they usually are up to. So if they're workers, they're probably laboring in the dungeon most of the time.
Okay, so in that case, yeah, I would go 3 orc workers,
All right.
and I want to go with equipped. And I want them to have basically really just bombs, because
Well, do you
we do
have-
have the latrine pit.
Do they start with an upgrade? I think you have to spend gold
no,
for an
yeah,
upgrade.
you have to spend gold, and you're spending your
So-
gold just to have minions.
Oh, perfect. In that case, done. That's fine.
Yeah,
because
so
ours
you
have
got-
special abilities because ours are the options we
Mhm.
get from the career or whatever the game calls it.
So what
And
do
you
I need to determine about these minions then?
We've got their number, race, type, and then their dark impulse and their action.
Okay.
So they start with 1 action at 2 die and 2 actions at 1 die. And then they also need a dark impulse.
Okay, so
Which
their
Go ahead.
their dark impulse is moody.
All right.
Their 2 die is going to be scan.
All right.
And their 1 die will be smash.
Well, they have 2 1
All right.
die.
They get another 1 die.
Okay. In that case,
Something also to consider is that it's described in the book that when the dungeon is under attack or something like that, your minions are going to be the ones playing it out.
in that case, let's go with Skulk.
All right.
Yeah, because the book says that your minions are basically secondary PCs.
Yeah, with their own goals and wants and stuff like that.
Yeah, so when the dungeon gets raided, our minions are going to be stepping up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like a caveat of the setting is monsters follow their own form of logic, and the people in charge shouldn't be on the first floor fighting the adventurers.
It makes sense. So that is minions created on my end.
Right. Is there any parts that people can see that they might be missing?
My leg! What happened to my...
I think we kind of got everything. We got the dungeon, we got our characters, we got our minions, we got our friends, we got our factions, we got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
about
have it all
right.
documented on a separate source. Once the sheets are better, I'll transfer it over.
Yeah. Because they look like
Dog ass.
they're not in the greatest.
No, they
I
look
think-
horrible. I mean, like, I tried to put information in, I couldn't even click stuff because you can't click over the text boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're looking bad. I think the one thing that we don't have is names for our wicked ones.
For your what? Oh, for us.
Yeah.
Oh, my name is Gar.
Oh.
Gar. Gar. Sorry, that's the first thing I did was name myself. For any of the D&D
how do you
stream
change your name
watchers, that'll be very confusing.
How do you change your name and picture? Do you need a character sheet for that?
Yeah, you can change the name on the character sheet, give the character sheet a picture, and then in the chat at the bottom where it says "as," you can click the drop-down bar and choose between any of the things visible.
So that's how you did yours.
Yes, that's how I did mine.
So how do I make a character sheet?
Okay, the character sheet is already here for you. You just need to edit what you want.
Oh, okay.
Just,
Fine. All right.
just right now, the actual character sheet part of it is mess. I talked to the person who made it, and they showed me a picture of what it looked like a couple weeks ago, and it looked a lot better than this.
Mm-hmm.
I actually haven't figured out a picture for my token yet, for my character yet, but that'll come.
I don't think it has a pic. Oh, there it is.
I am Blunder the Mighty.
Blunder? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Alright, making sure I heard right.
Blunder.
Blunder the Mighty, the Shaman?
Yes.
Or is it Blunder the Mighty Shaman? Remember, there are points to be had for being dicks to one another. The XP system works that way.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
That's when my minions run in and say, "How dare you talk to our god that way?"
It's true.
Yeah, what changes your icon picture?
If you click edit on the right-hand side, it'll pop up with like a little box where you can put your icon picture in.
You always say click edit in the right-hand side. There's no
Well,
edit.
because if you look at the sheet, there's only one right-hand side. There should be a button that says edit.
Yeah.
Yeah, click it.
Okay.
And now what are you looking at?
Oh, there's a separate place to load an avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so there's two places to do it. Weird.
I don't know. The only method I know is the only method that I know. And the more they change Roll20, the less I know. Soon I'll be asking the same questions you ask, Graf.
I used to know what it is, and then they changed what it is.
And then
It'll
I started
happen
asking
to
them,
you.
and they started telling me how I've lost the game, whatever that means.
Next, we're going to start seeing Lost and Among Us memes.
Yep.
What do you think I'm uploading right now?
Oh, no.
No. I now need to find the most preposterous image I can for my Goblin Shaman.
Oh.
That's the goal.
Oh, just
I
upload
think-
that Goblin Pimp image.
I think the download I did last night from drive-thru gave me a bunch of digital assets.
Nice.
And I think some of them were actually different monsters like we could be. Maybe there's a good one in here for Goblin Shaman. I think there was. No, that's for all the cool ones. Where's the other ones?
Yeah, I'm not trying to look cool.
Yeah, we got Goblin Minions, we got Goblin Shadow, Kobold Marauder, which is what I am.
It's a great combination.
Here. This is technically, quote, a minion, but it's got crazy energy.
That has potential. I will come back and grab that if need be.
Okay, well, it's there if it's there.
Okay, well, I give up because it's not letting me save the changes. So, my
Hey,
character name is...
you have to wait a minute because it's uploading the picture, and Roll20 is having so many problems these days.
Okay, well,
If you send me the image, I can upload it later.
no worries. So it's Myth Peony Eragast, but you can just call me Peony.
Myth it is.
No, peony for short. Like the flower. Because I'm a pretty flower. Say I'm a pretty flower.
Pretty flower. There you go.
Thank you. Was that
So
so
pretty.
hard?
Well, I
See,
better get paid for it.
we can be nice. Yes, hey, I have spared you the beating you so richly deserve.
Well, I'm now going to go outside and do a fight where I will get richly beaten as I deserved.
There we go. Okay, so how do I change my name? My name didn't change.
The name is completely independent. It'll change in the roles, but if you want to change what it displays, it is the gear at the top right of the screen.
There we go. All right. Try to out-weird this one.
Oh boy, that is an animated one too. That is great.
I understand this is only in the Darksiders mobile game, which, but you don't actually play as this character, so why bother?
Hey, as long as we get to have cool art finally seen by people.
Once again, no idea where you guys are looking.
Oh, right, because you have them completely compressed.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So, and my name was randomly generated, as is Demon Law. So peony it is.
They don't follow laws.
Yeah, we do. Follow Demon Law.
I don't know what laws you're following.
Demon Law.
You're just making that up.
I'm not making that up. It's Demon Law.
That's not a thing.
Well, they're about to start enforcing demon law all over the place, so we got to get familiar real quick.
I mean, there's demon summoning, there's demon binding, there's demon souls. There's
That's
demon
things that
law.
other people enforce upon demons.
Yeah, the law is
I
something.
tried to look it up, but I couldn't find it.
Yes, the law is something people enforce on other people.
Right, and those that are strong enough, that have the will to overcome the will of others, don't have laws.
Some of us.
So why are we talking about following them?
I say we go out and break some laws.
Because there can be happiness in slavery.
Yeah, maybe you forgot that I'm a god.
I didn't forget. You're
Good.
certainly obnoxious enough to be one.
You cannot kill a god. What a naive and intoxicating.
You use god-slaying weapons for that. World's littered with them.
Yeah, we hid those long ago.
Yeah, someone will dig them up. They always do. They're like cockroaches.
Yeah, people are.
They're tasty like them.
Yeah, I mean, we've basically come to terms. So what we're going, but you guys have a really, really sweet lab, and I'm really good with tools.
And I love the idea of someone else blowing up than me.
Well, I try to stay away from the combustibles, but the allure.
The allure, the temptation.
So yeah, if this guy wants to be a god and rule the entire world, that's fine. Just tell me what you need me to build, and I'll build it.
Oh, a mind control device would really help.
All right.
Definitely.
Nice.
Do they really have minds? I mean, really? Have you met them?
I think I only got one decision left to decide between, and is that should my immediate group of minions be good at crafting or building on their downtime?
Should be good at building.
Does your cohort give you a free downtime action?
No, I spent my gold on that.
No. But I mean, like, my acolytes do a automatic free ritual for me without asking for gold.
You can pay your minions to do downtime for you.
Right, but I'm saying mine do an automatic ritual without asking for gold. Does yours have a we don't
Not
ask
yet.
for gold thing? Okay. I guess that's what I got, and then you got the option of a free upgrade. Right. That's how they stay equal.
Yeah, I tried to find a better Dark Mistress picture, but they're all from the 90s, or they're porn.
Yeah, these are very expensive minions now.
The thing
that
about
I have.
porn is that you just got to figure out where to crop it.
None of them were acceptable.
Or where you're going to add the name in a black bar.
Kind of defeats the point of having a Dark Mistress.
No. Not really, I mean.
Besides, this one looks more MMO.
There we go. We have our dungeons.
I have found an image. I just now need to crop it a little bit, and I'm good.
Ooh. Okay. Hey. Oh. This looks
What?
very nice.
Yeah, I like it.
A little maze, the creature den, minion lair.
Yeah, that does look like a tier 1 pit trap and a tier 1 maze.
Those imps work hard. They're not too
Let's
bright.
see. I'm just looking at the maze and I'm going like, no, fools! If they just follow the right-hand path, they'll get out easily if they understand basic mechanics. Like, these are adventurers. Oh, they understand nothing. It's fine.
Is that what a tier 1 maze looks like?
I mean, it's what we got, and it looks cute enough. I imagine it is not hyper-specific. It is a maze they get lost in.
It's enough to notice that it's a maze.
Huh. Okay. It's better laid out than my apartment. I suppose
Well,
it baffles adventurers, it serves its purpose.
I would be concerned if when you got your apartment, they said it comes with a tier 1 maze.
Also a pit trap.
I would be excited.
Yep. You're like sold.
Yo, I could hide so much stuff in there. Pop out and give people riddles.
We got our clock here for building the testing room.
Oh, right,
Does it
it's
make
technically incomplete.
Yep.
Oh, yo, that is a wonky spiral. I love it.
Yep. I felt it fit.
Oh, man, we're going to need some real furniture in here.
We
Absolutely.
are.
Let's see. I got the... Oh, no, I closed that folder. I have to go find it again. Ah.
All right, so friends to evil.
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 Hold up. That one drink wasn't enough. I need to toast like 5 more times.
Don't make this weird.
Suit yourself. Evil. Another drink.
I suppose we have to go by the torture chamber. I'm guessing torture chamber is not on the list.
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
Prison
there's
definitely is.
somewhere.
It's on the list.
Oh, it
Pretty
is?
sure.
What tier is a torture chamber?
I think it's
I think the basic one is tier
Tier
2.
All
you
right.
gain plus position or plus effect, your choice when torturing.
All
Yeah,
right.
because torturing is a downtime action.
Yeah.
That's next on the list if I'm going to do the whole Dark Mistress.
I agree.
Fair.
Ooh.
I agree.
Prison. 4 cells, each with a tier 1 lock. Prisoners within the cells can't escape without opportunity. So we can't have prisoners, just that they could escape even if they don't get opportunity.
Yeah. That's how
Yeah, makes sense.
that works. But they have opportunity because we go out on an adventure.
And, your imps are dumb.
What do you mean
Yeah.
you just left it unlocked after you brought them their meal?
Well, they can trick the minions. They're not that hard to trick. They're manic and stupid.
Yeah.
I've totally changed my mind. I've recanted. Your god is great. Let me out so I can go worship with your god.
Okay.
He said he worshipped you, sir. Why would someone lie about something so great?
Page
I
decoration.
can't believe a bunch of people who pledged themselves to an otherworldly entity for vaguely described promises later would be stupid.
It just doesn't make any sense,
That's how you find the most intelligent imps,
Nope. Well, they have organized religion. Really, you should just be the master of your own. Submission is something that you should do not for promises of rewards later, but because it's its own reward.
Exactly.
All right. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot else to do, guys. I think we're done, and next week we'll start.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Next week, to evil. So next week we have to pick where. Did we pick something we're going to do, or does something just happen to us?
No, we picked.
Oh, you have.
Go ahead.
You have your master plan, and remember how there was the cycle of heist, downtime, and so on for Blades of the Dark? You have, in this one, it's lurking, where you're working on stuff for the dungeon. Calamity, which is things that have gone wrong in the dungeon, or revolts, or other things. Then you have your raid, where you figure out how you're interacting with the surface for this time through. And then blowback, if you're caught or if something bad happens, what blowback happens from the people you harmed.
Okay, sounds good. So I guess we'll start on that. No, this looks interesting. I did notice that the stress loss is lower, but I think also the stress bar is smaller.
Yeah, you only have 6 stress, but after the blowback, once you're in lurking, you recover. So all your stress is back.
Okay.
It's assume your monsters, you're giving into your dark impulses and de-stressing once you get home.
Oh, so we don't do downtime to remove stress.
No, you do downtime to build up the dungeon and other things.
Okay, interesting. All right.
Or build things.
Quick note. Minion layer and creature layer, just reverse those.
No problem. I deleted all the names and forgot.
Yeah, no, this sounds interesting. The Blades in the Dark paradigm has an interesting way of setting up. Normally, I'm not a big fan of so that's what they call the episode zeros or whatever, where they plan everything. But because we work together on a big structure and we had a lot more say in the environment, I like that this is very meticulously structured to go relatively quickly and to get us into a certain mindset. Because role-playing games aren't about just anything. They should be about a specific thing.
I agree on that fact. Very much
Right,
so.
and even though they gave us plenty of freedom, we definitely went down the intended path and came up with a relatively within the framing solution to all the things we wanted.
The map was a nice
Absolutely.
touch. Having the map with some vaguely described locations, like actual pictures of locations, I think helped out a lot. So, thanks for doing that.
Not a problem.
And I think the
Also-
material even comes with a few of them, so that's very good too.
Was that a random generated map, or did you get that from somewhere?
I made it.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Because I was wondering why all the stuff on there looked random. Like my favorite was just the mound. This is just a mound. It's L.
Well, it could be a mound. It could be a magical dome. It could have been a lot of things.
It could have been a lot of things. That's why because I like the fact that they were all like richly detailed stuff. Like, oh, the mound. That's it. That's where the bullywugs live.
Well, the maps they supply with the book say they can only be used for personal use and not display. So we had to make something because it's going to be strict.
It shows the commitment. So I guess next time we're going to be playing. Yeah, sorry. I remember we talked about this. It slipped my mind. It's been a busy month here at Sanguine.
It was an iffy thing. It depended if Muffin was with us or not.
Okay, that's right. I also remember that. So I guess Muffin is off doing Muffin Adventure.
Indeed.
So I'm looking forward to this. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So next time will be session 1, and welcome, Justin, to this crew. It's your first time here.
Yeah, welcome aboard.
I am
Thank
excited.
You. Yep. And all of you, thank you for putting up with me learning this game from scratch.
Oh, I got a lot of reading to do now, so
I'm going to get it and do some reading so I understand.
Nice.
Yeah, something to look for, something to look at. So it's a production. So thank you.
All right. I think we should say our goodbyes probably and our outros. Who wants to start?
I might as well start because we've been working at sanguinegames.com where we just did Iron Club before this. We have a whole bunch of new stuff coming out for this summer. And yes, I am working on it because we got the Vital Hearts, we got the Urban Jungle, we've got the Abyss, and we've got Book of Corals. So it's a lot, but we're going to do it.
all right. I'm Griffin. This is Theta. We run the Know Your Role stream. Come see us Sundays and Wednesdays where we play lots of games.
Absolutely. I'm Justin. I will be here Sundays and Wednesdays playing games and going from there.
Nice.
I am Matthew. I'm the storyteller. You can find me at startplaying.games. And we will see you all next week.
See you next time.
Next time.